man. I only do things incredible can. Cause I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like me. Cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do. When you wanna be me instead of you. Cause I am still on beat. Showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me. Cause that's who I am.
First and 10, we in the trenches. You like the water cooler, you be on the benches. Think your team better, but they lack skill. First snap, I leave your backs in the backfield. Your quarterback scared, I see it in his eyes. Sent the receiver in motion, that's just a disguise. My linebackers, they stepping up. Clog a hole, no letting up. Taking on no big blocks. On fourth down, we get big stops. My secondary is balling out. Your offense keeps stalling out. How many yards? Like none at all. Call the special teams, go punt the ball and it's gone. And you never see me fair catch. I get a block and then I'm gone like a Lear jet. My helmet on, pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win, we just came to win. Win, we just came to win. Friday night lights. Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We must protect this house. I'm in a huddle talking to the Hawks. We gonna run it down their throat soon as we get the ball. Come out and fire off the ball, we going on one. My skill position so proficient, break for long runs. Come out running that option, that mean I got the option to keep that or pitch that. Defense, they gotta fix that. Four receivers, we spread them out in the shotgun. Hot reads, I got some. My tight end, so awesome. Touchdowns, I toss some. We score six scoreboard, that score six. Respect the ball, we protect the ball. We don't fumble, no throw picks. I feed my linemen pancakes, so all they blocks are pancakes. Push you around like all night. End of the game, get your handshakes, huh? My helmet on, pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We just came to win. Friday night lights. Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We must protect this house.
Other Friday night pregame show. I completely forgot who sponsors the pregame show on Friday nights. I am
Witherspoon
so
Insurance.
sorry. Yeah,
You just can't do nothing with it.
Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby. That's it. I was like,
It's on
I
the
know.
screen in front of him.
Well, it was
It
so
is
small.
directly
It was so small
on
at
the
the time I
screen
couldn't see it. I was
in
like,
front of him.
Presented
know.
by
For the folks-
Witherspoon
for the folks
Insurance of Shelby.
Yeah.
He's been doing it for 5, 7, 10 years. He's looking at the screen.
yeah. I was
And
like,
JP
I just like, I
didn't
know
even
it's
look up.
not our post game sponsor, but I can't remember. I know it's similar to the post game sponsor, but the Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby pregame show with Kevin and Dennis and JP always making a fool out of himself on the board.
Well, good. I'm glad you're here. Shannon will be joining us here in just a moment for his prognostications. Got a big night ahead of us tonight here on KTC Broadcasting .com and on the radio stations and broadcast ahead of us. So let's talk a little bit first about what we have on the schedule tonight. Kings Mountain at AC Reynolds tonight. If you're listening on 92.9 FM or 1590 AM, you get the Mountaineers and the AC Reynolds Rockets tonight. Last night we had Lincoln and Shelby on WHS where Shelby won 41-21. Tonight on WHS we'll have Crest and Statesville tonight with Brent Pasco and Rob Roop on the call for that. Red Zone Channel tonight begins at 7:30. After this show, we got like a 30-minute break, 7:30 to 9:45 for that show. big game you can watch tonight here on KTC. Burns and Bunker Hill. You can watch that game, folks, live from Bunker Hill tonight on KTC Broadcasting's YouTube channel, Burns Bulldogs Football. Like I said, Statesville and Crest will be on WHS 101.5 FM, 1390 AM in Cleveland County. Red Zone 7:30 to 9:45, and then the post-game show brought to you by CSI Mechanical begins at 10 o'clock. Oh, I forgot one of the broadcasts. North Lincoln tonight at Hickory. Lincoln Knights of the Hickory Red Tornadoes with David Potter and Scott Tudor will have the coverage of that game. We'll have highlights of that game as well. We've got Chip Carter on that. He'll stop by on the post-game show and tell us a little bit about that himself after we talk to David about it as well. So we've got that game covered here on KTC Broadcasting. So 4 broadcasts tonight, had one last night. Lincoln and Shelby in the post-game show. Like I said, we'll have highlights, scores, and more, Dennis, and we'll talk about the third round
what
a little
about
bit
Paul
tonight.
Foster and the Rutherford County crew? Their Rutherford County schools are out, but Paul, understand, what's he broadcasting tonight?
Paul is going to be taking care of the Kings Mountain broadcast on 92.9. So Paul and Jonathan are excited about that. I got word, Jonathan was really excited about it, getting to see maybe a different they're used to the 2A football, so now they get to do a little 3A football, and they get to get a big game tonight up at AC Reynolds. We're going to preview that here in just a little bit as well. So a lot of fun here tonight to have here on KTC Broadcast with all of our broadcasts. But last night there was a couple games for the folks watching at home on YouTube. If you're listening on the radio, you can watch this show live on YouTube as well, and the post-game show live on YouTube. And then we have the Red Zone channel that's YouTube only, where we have scoring highlights from around the area and during the games as well. So I want to welcome everybody to the broadcast. Scores from last night: Robbinsville Black Knights beat Mountain Island 40-7. Robbinsville will host the Swain County at Bessemer City Yellow Jackets winner tonight. The Reedsville Rams won last night 42-7 over the West Stokes Wildcats. They'll host the winner of the North Stanley Comets and
Do
the
you think we
Brevard
could be
Blue
looking
Devils.
possibly at another Reedsville-Shelby clash?
Well, you better be careful. Salisbury's in there too, because they won 40-0.
So was Monroe.
Last night over Maiden. So is Monroe as well. But Salisbury gets to host now the Shelby Golden Lions next week after they won last night 41-21 in their matchup with the Lincoln Wolves. And we've got highlights of that game. And we're going to start there here in just a moment, and go over that as well as our other, like I said, our broadcasts and everything else tonight. So we'll have highlights tonight in the post game show from Bessemer City. We'll have highlights in the post game show from Bunker Hill. We'll have highlights again. We'll show the Shelby Lincoln game from last night. So we're about to show that in just a minute. We'll have highlights from Crest tonight as well, and highlights from Hickory. So we've got most of it covered, and anything else I can find on the interweb, I'll post. If your kids and everybody's playing at the band in the band, you got a video of them, please tag us at KTC Broadcasting or at What's Up Shopper #KTC Sports. Then we got or your cheerleaders or entrances or anything else you want us to show from the games. Let's see. I want to say hello to the Burns crew out there traveling up to Bunker Hill tonight. Be careful out there. Zach will be up here in just a little bit to help you guys out with highlights on that. So just kill me, guys. All right, let's see. How about some highlights from last night's Shelby Lincoln game? Shannon and I couldn't make it out to football last night. What? Oh, do you want dinner, Shannon? Oh, we're good. We're good. Yeah, he's got it on.
Hey, was that on YouTube last night?
Yes, sir.
I kept trying to even listen to it. I couldn't get it to come in on my phone for some reason. I guess operator error.
Yeah, I guess so, Dennis. We'll have to work on that.
Normally it comes in fine, but I couldn't get it last night.
Let's see. Oh, that's not a highlight. All right, we got some highlights from the game last night. Shannon, these should be highlights from my baseball coaching victory, but no, we'll go show some football instead, I guess. Shelby Lincoln, and there's the dog pile or the line pile. Shouldn't call it. I guess they call it a dog pile. I guess, but
Just pile on.
it's the pile on.
Pile on.
The line
all it is.
What is a pile of lines? Is that has anyone ever asked? Is there an actual word of that? I know there's
I guess,
pride.
yeah.
It's not, but I didn't know if that was an actual.
Yeah, it's dinner. That's because they're usually eating something.
There's a lamb under there.
Yeah.
A zebra. Somebody get the gazelle out from under that pile. All right, Shelby. This is them going. These are not in order, but we're going to do the best we can. All right, let's see, Shannon. If you'll hit the computer button there, and then we'll go from here. All right. Let's go. How about Shelby? Lincoln tying it up 7-7. There were 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Handoff up the middle. Shelby goes up 13-7 for a touchdown with the extra point blocked here. That made it 13-7. Here's the touchdown that we missed for Shelby. There's the fan playing a little bit. Don't have the number on the running back. I think it's 5 there. Holyfield didn't score here the second one. Just made it 20-7. And if Will's listening out there, there's a little bit of Lincoln in
Yeah, that's Holyfield.
down 27. That's Drew, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, 30-17. There we go.
And that's a run by Tristan Tate, just beating everybody to the end zone.
Now Tate. I wonder if we. I guess we don't have the highlight of the halftime. I'm gonna try to pull it up maybe on the YouTube, and then so this made it 41-14. The play at halftime. So Shannon, was you listening to any of it of what happened?
No, I was
there
dealing
at
with
halftime?
coaches. I had some baseball coaches I had to
Okay.
deal with, so I didn't listen to any of it.
I'm gonna try. Hopefully, I can find the highlight because they're not in quite in order here as I scroll through on our highlights. There's Shelby entering the field. It says
Dinner.
there's the dog pile, and it says they're up 34-7. So that's not when they went up 34-7. I know that extra point. I don't know what's happened with RJ's labeling last night. I'm gonna throw RJ under the bus on this one. All right, rolling right from the Wildcat touchdown.
Isaiah Bridges there.
He's pretty fast.
a little bit.
So we're going. Here's Lincoln in there in the field.
They brought that pail.
Oh yeah, but goes everywhere, sir. They brought that pail. Brought their helmets, didn't they? How about a touchdown in the corner? Hey, we got a good shot here. Everybody, all the touchdowns on the other side of us. If you're watching at home for a minute, we only got one in the house. It's made it 41-21 left in the game. But we're going to talk about that halftime, Shannon. So Bridges, I can't remember exactly what happened before that. Bridges ended up with the ball, running an open field, shakes a couple people, just nasty moves, and he's holding it out there. It just flies out of his hand, right? So Lincoln falls on the fumble, and then they end up with like a minute. So they end up punting or punting Shelby, but they went for it on. I don't know if they punted or if it was third or fourth down, but either way, with 28 seconds left, they threw a pass for about 30 yards out of bounds on a deep fade. Well, the next play started with 27 seconds left.
No, yeah, you told me about that.
So
yeah,
they got an extra few seconds, 3 or 4, whatever it was. Then they come down with the ball. Then they get the ball back and they come down the field, and then there was a late hit called while players down on the ground. They never threw the flag, but they called the penalty and accessed the penalty during the timeout, and then so you get that. Then the Shelby extra few seconds. So the next play, so they basically get a play with I can't remember how much on the clock, but it was the last play of the half. And it was a beautiful play. And I'm going to try to find it in a minute. I'll have it here on the pregame show at some point. But it was a wheel route straight out of the backfield from Tate and left wide open. I mean, they bid on everything else, and he just ran right down the sideline. It looked like it was like in the movie is how perfect a play was, and he caught it down the sideline for a great play. But earlier in that quarter, Lincoln called a touchdown pass, but it was called back on a holding call. But Jeff said there might have been 3 on the play, so they could pick any one of the 3. Yeah. Is how Jeff described it. So either way, it was a fantastic catch. 2 DBs crossed, and it went right between them and in the end zone for Lincoln. But Lincoln in the season ends 41-21, and tough breaks there at the half. So there's your scoreboard now as Shelby moves on to face the Salisbury Hornets. next week. So we'll have hopefully probably the coverage of that as well. So looking forward tonight. Shannon, you want to read go through the games tonight? We've got, if you're watching at home, we got the 1A bracket, the 2A and the 3A across the top, and we got the 4A West. This is all West. They're on the bottom. So Shannon, you'll do the 1As and the 2A 1As. Shannon, Dennis do the 2As, and then Shannon do the 3s and Dennis the 4s. How about that?
All right. Swain County will be traveling to Bessemer City. Starmount will be going to Mountain Heritage. Corvian Community will be traveling to North Rowan. Hayesville will be at Eastern Randolph. Thomasville Bulldogs will be at the Albemarle Bulldogs. Murphy will be going to Bishop McGinnis, and Mitchell will be traveling to Mount Airy.
All right, Dennis, 2A.
All right, we have the West Lincoln Rebels traveling to Monroe tonight. Good luck to the Rebels. The Burns Bulldogs are venturing over to Bunker Hill tonight. We'll have that game for you here on the YouTube channel. Good luck to the Bulldogs. We have the North Stanley Comets traveling to Brevard to play the Blue Devils tonight. We have the West Stokes Wildcats taking on Reedsville. I believe they played that game last night, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, that was
Reedsville
42-7,
yeah.
7-42 in favor of Reedsville. Lincolnton played last night, as you've just heard here. Maiden also played last night and didn't turn out too well for them. Forest Hills travels over to Randleman tonight to take on the Tigers, and East Surrey Cardinals are playing the Community School of Davidson tonight.
All right, States will be coming to Crest. High Brighton will be traveling to West Charlotte. Northwest Cabarrus will be going to Robinson. Central Davison will be traveling up to Dudley. East Lincoln Mustangs will be going up the mountain to play West Henderson. Pisgah will be traveling to Oak Grove. Kings Mountain will be going to A.C. Reynolds. And North Lincoln will be at Hickory.
In the 4A, which we don't normally cover, there's a lot of games here with teams that you may have heard about or seen on the broadcast. Chambers is taking on Weddington tonight. Charlotte Catholic is playing Roberson tonight. We've got Porter Ridge Pirates taking on the Huff Huskies. We've got the Sun Valley Spartans playing the Grimsley Whirlies. The West Forsyth Titans are taking on the Butler Bulldogs. The Independence Patriots are taking on the East Forsyth Eagles. Mallard Creek Mavericks are engaging the Watauga Pioneers. And the Mount Tabor Titans are playing the Mooresville Blue Devils.
Didn't Independence and East Forsyth play last night?
I don't know.
For some reason I thought that because Adam Weber used to be at Shelby, he's coaching out Independence, and I know I saw something about a win.
Not sure. So Shannon, here's that. We're gonna start with 28 seconds left here in the half. The controversial clock play. Folks, the game was broadcast last night on KDC Broadcasting. Highlights, you can go back and watch it on the WHS 101.5 channel. Type in Lincoln and Shelby. You should be able to find it pretty easily. All right, Shannon, let's count with our fingers, okay? You ready?
Yep.
So I say start going 1,001, 1,002. Ready? Here's the play last night. 28 seconds left. Lincoln with the ball.
So he's going to throw it.
1,002,
1,003. Jump ball. It's going to be
1,004,
Ram Stewart jumping up and knocking it away.
It's about 4 or 5, right?
Yeah, I'd say 5.
Clock never moved. It still says 28 seconds. And then the clock
Andre Boss, quarterback,
ran 1 second off after the play was over. So the clock never moved. And then after the play's over, it moves one second.
Mm-hmm.
And so they basically got 3 to 4 seconds given to them on this. So then they come down, and of course they take a break, and then we'll have Jeff and them explain it.
It's the right call, but so Shelby's going to have first down. 23 seconds left here in the first half. First down.
Let's go back.
Timeout, and
There you go.
injured goal line was number 11, Majay Thompson. He's going to walk it to the locker room, Jeff, with it being so close to halftime.
We also saw something you don't see in high school about 5 minutes after they went ahead and called the personal foul. And it's not like they could look at replay. We don't have that here, but I think it's the right call. But so Shelby's going to have first down. 23 seconds left here in the first half.
Is it targeting or late hit call or something like that, Shannon?
Yeah, so somewhere
not
wow.
Yeah, it don't take 5 minutes to call.
They called the 15-yard penalty, and now ball normally caught by Isaiah Bridges is.
So at halftime, I think Jeff said it was 14 of 18 with 4 drops,
there's been 4 balls that are generally
or
caught
12 of
by
18
Golden Lions
with
that
4
have
drops and
not
2
been
pass
called.
breakups that they got dislodges is what they called them. One of them it was.
Nope, it's because it's not cold.
Yeah.
So that set up a play here in just a few moments as we're watching here on the pregame show. So Shelby, I want to see how much time was with the touchdown because we got to 4, maybe 5 seconds depending on how he did it. So there's
Right
6
now, it's
seconds on the
supposed to be
clock.
5 seconds left. I mean, 1 second left, really.
Right.
You know, if we're saying 5 seconds went off a while ago. But hey, that's why you got to win the conference, get home games.
6 seconds left.
Just saying.
Our youth, never
Farmer's
mind.
been really
Hey.
accurate.
Hey, you know,
It's
why not?
usually the referee doing
Everything's
that
in
though, isn't
somebody's
it, during the
hands
playoffs.
just about, that
That's
wasn't
true.
called.
They usually have a ref up there
Shelby's going to take another timeout.
running the clock.
Timeout,
But
go
you ask
back.
that crowd on LinkedIn, I guarantee you, like, them home people.
well, try to
Yeah, you're right, Shannon. In playoffs, they have an official up there running the clock.
So let's see if this is the touchdown play.
Following this
If it is,
game
it was a
on
wonderful
YouTube
play,
from
outstanding
Greensboro.
design from the Shelby coaching staff.
In motion goes Bridges.
Pass and take. Yep, watch this. He
Farmer
sneaks
fakes it to
out.
him, and now
He
he's going
gone.
to have to go to the end zone. He throws it deep, and it's caught. Touchdown.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Good
my
play, good catch.
goodness.
Straight out the-
How in the world?
Every bit of that was a
Take just
fantastic play.
Motion goes
We'll go back.
Bridges, and Farmer fakes it to him, and now he's going to have to go to the end zone. He throws it deep, and it's caught.
That
Touchdown.
was a great catch.
Oh,
Great
my
throw, too.
goodness.
Yeah,
How
absolutely.
in the world? Tate just ran down there open, made the catch, and scored. Wow.
Unbelievable that he was that open for the touchdown on the last play of the half. That could be a backbreaker for the Wolves.
And I think Brent was right on that one, guys. And I think that was the one. That whole scenario, the end of the half, boom, boom. And Shelby actually got the ball back to start the second half. So, but when you get scored on there at the end of the half, a lot of times, you know, it does a lot of momentum and you go in the locker room and it just sucks for you for Lincoln and folks. But great season, guys. Fantastic there in your conference and got one playoff game here and couldn't quite take on the Shelby Golden Lions.
And you hope they turn that program around like what it used to be, because Lincoln used to be a really tough game, and glad to see they actually did well, Dennis, this year in their conference.
Yeah,
and,
they were back to the old Von Ray Harris days of being a real threat. And actually, this was an old conference game for them at that time. And let's face it, from the beginning of the year where Lincolnton started to Lincolnton in the playoffs, playing Shelby, they made a tremendous improvement.
Well, they started 0-4.
Yeah.
And the end of the season, I think it's 6-6 to end the season. If I'm correct, I may be.
You're correct. 6-6.
That's a pretty tough conference too that they're in, and it's a week in and week out. You're going to play somebody tough, and you can, from where they were to where they ended up, they had a great season. Absolutely,
Well,
you can say that.
I don't want to say it's like Cleveland County, but you know, in Cleveland County, you play all your county rivalries and they're tough games. But in Lincoln County, you play all your county rivalries and they're tough games.
But they're also two of them are conference. Well, it's the same. It's the same. That's right. Because North and East are in 3A now, whereas Lincoln and West are in 2A. And again, you know, for years it used to be Lincolnton was always either, you know, tops in the conference. They would get, you know, in the playoffs especially, they get a top seed. West Lincoln never got a sniff of the playoffs.
Yeah.
But now, you look at West Lincoln for the past 4 or 5 years, they've really started making some noise. And then, they've got a big game tonight down in Monroe, and I'm anxious to see just how that game's going to turn out, because those are two. If there couldn't be any two different types of offenses,
it's a real contrast in that game.
and I think it's going to be harder for Monroe to adapt versus West Lincoln. So it'll be interesting to see what
If
happens.
West Lincoln will play possession football, they can win that game.
Yeah, they can.
But if they try to go toe-to-toe with Monroe, they will not win that game.
Yeah. You a poet and didn't know it.
Don't forget, Monroe's one of those teams that hovers on that 3A, 2A border. So they've been a 3A in the past, and we've seen them. A lot of teams, go down there and not come back victorious. We've seen a lot of teams win at home against them. So home and away, I tend to lean towards the Red Hawks a lot on that. All right, let's go over the matchups real quick, then we're going to start picking games here in a moment. One more time, we got Swain County at Bessemer City tonight in the 1A. They're the 9 seed at the 8 seed. They'll be going. The winner of that game will travel to Robbinsville, the 1 seed who won 40-7 last night over Mountain Island Charter. On the other side of that bracket, Mountain Heritage will host Starmount tonight, the 5 versus the 12 seed. The winner of that game will play 4 seed North Rowan, who's hosting the Corvion Community Cardinals. On the other side of the bracket, or of the west side of the bracket, Eastern Randolph Wildcats will host the Hayesville Yellow Jackets tonight, the 3 hosting the 14. Winner of that game will play a Bulldog. We just don't know where they're going to be from. Thomasville goes to Albemarle tonight at the dogfight down there in Albemarle. You got your red versus your blue, got your Albemarle, got Bulldogs, dogfight, got all kinds of things going. Be careful down in Albemarle tonight.
It's the Georgia mascot versus the, I guess, Burns
That's the
mascot.
old Georgia
right?
mascot.
The old Georgia mascot.
Well, speaking of Bulldogs, we got another set here.
Then Murphy
Yeah.
will go to the Villains of Bishop McGinnis. Murphy, the 10 seed at the 7. Bishop McGinnis. Bishop, the winner of this one, would either travel to Mount Airy, who's hosting Mount Mitchell tonight, the 15 seed, Mount Airy defending champions, or if Mitchell can pull off the upset, they would host Mitchell in that. All right, that's your 1A matchups. Now let's over in the 2A. Reedsville, the 1 seed, already won last night, 42-7. They'll be hosting the winner of North Stanley, the 9 seed, at 8 seed Brevard. We talked about West Lincoln a moment ago. The 12 seed West Lincoln Rebels go to the 5 Monroe Redhawks tonight. They'll be facing the winner of the Bunker Hill Bears, the 4 seed, who would host the winner of both of these teams, of both of those teams if they win. Or Burns would go to the winner of Monroe or West Lincoln next week. The 13 seed at 4 tonight, Burns at Bunker Hill. So next week, Burns would either go to Monroe or West Lincoln, or Bunker Hill will host either Monroe or West Lincoln.
Can you imagine that Burns-West Lincoln matchup?
That'd be fun.
That would be a crowd.
Have a tractor fight and at Highway 18. Was it 18?
Terry Reinhardt would be right in the middle
181,
of
whichever
it,
one goes between the two schools. I can't remember. Off top. All right, let's see. East Surrey against the Community School of Davidson. Community School is the 3 seed. East Surrey, the 14 seed. If Community School wins, they'll host the winner of number 11 Forest Hills at number 6 Randleman. East Surrey would, of course, travel to either one of those teams as the 14 seed. Over on the other side of the bracket, it's already set. Number 2 seed Salisbury, after winning last night 40-0, will host number 7 seed Lincolnton, who won 41-21. I mean, number 7, 41 Shelby, who won 41-21 over Lincoln Shelby.
Yes.
Now, the winner of Shelby Salisbury, let's go a little bit forward, will get out of the bracket of Community School of Davidson, the 3 seed, East Surrey, the 14, 6 Randleman, or 11 Forest Hills. Shelby fans, if you can beat Salisbury, you're the 7 seed, which means you would either travel to Community School of Davidson or Randleman, or you would get to host Forest Hills or East Surrey if you can get past the Salisbury Hornets. All right, over in the 3A, number 1 Cresp hosts Statesville tonight. The winner of that game will get number 9 High Brighton at number 8 West Charlotte. Now, that side of the bracket will face these two, the winner of these two games, either Dudley, the 4 seed, hosting Central Davidson, the 20, or Robinson, the 5 seed, hosting Northwest. Remember, Crest, the 1 seed, so they would be home throughout the western side of their playoffs. East Lincoln's the 19 seed. They're road dogs this year, Shannon, the defending champions. If they're going to do it, they got to do it on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Number 19 at number 3, West Henderson. They'll face the winner of number 11, Pisgah, and number 6, Oak Grove. And then finally, on the bottom half of the bracket tonight, we've got 2 broadcasts. The winners of these teams will face each other. Kings Mountain, the 10 seed, at AC Reynolds, the 7 seed. They'll go on to face the winner of number 15 North Lincoln or number 2 Hickory. So the winner of AC Reynolds Kings Mountain will either travel to Hickory or host North Lincoln, guys. So we got some big matchups to talk about here in just a few minutes, okay? All right, here on KTC Broadcast, we'll be back in just a few moments, ktcbroadcasting.com.
Witherspoon continues the tradition of bringing you the best insurance at the best possible price. With names like The Hartford, Safeco, Progressive, National General, and Travelers. Drop by the office today at 125 North Lafayette Street in Shelby and talk with one of their friendly hometown agents. Witherspoon Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agency since 1986. Get ready for the big game with a stop in at the Woodbridge Handy Mart. Start the day off with one of their big breakfast biscuits. At lunch, nothing beats their Hunt Brothers Pizza and Wings and sandwiches. Plus, get a hot dog off the roller grill. Enjoy a soft drink, a slushie, a cup of coffee, or cappuccino. And they carry ethanol-free 90-octane unleaded gasoline blend designed for use in recreational and marine engines. The Woodbridge Handy Mart, 987 Stony Point Road near the Woodbridge Golf Course. Honda Motorcycles of Shelby wants to take this time and salute our veterans. Tragically, the effort to make America and the world safer and to defend freedom around the world is not without an enormous cost to our nation in terms of primarily lost lives and those who bear the scars and the wounds of war and their families who must bear their losses. This veteran salute is from everyone at Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, 4402 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
Robert Ingersoll once said, he loves his country best who strives to make it best. At this time, Austin Bridges Barbecue in Shelby wants to take this time and salute our veterans. We owe you everything. There's a certain enthusiasm in liberty that makes human nature rise above itself in acts of bravery. Our veterans are our heroes. This veteran salute is being brought to you by Austin Bridges Barbecue, located at 620 Grover Street in Shelby. Call now and order your barbecue for the holidays.
Jumpin' Jed's in downtown Boston is getting ready for Christmas and Small Town Christmas on Saturday, November the 18th. Come see their beautiful Christmas decorations, including brand new Mountain Mama Santas. Each one is one of a kind and homemade locally. It's a family heirloom you'll love. And for the holidays, try their peppermint stick ice cream. Start your Christmas shopping at Jumpin' Jed's, Main Street, downtown Boston. Like them on Facebook too. And don't forget, Small Town Christmas Saturday, November the 18th. Is your car's windshield cracking you up? If so, you need to see the windshield doctor. That's Carolina Auto Glass at 408 South Post Road in Shelby. Carolina Auto Glass can handle all of your insurance claims. Shop local. Deal with Carolina Auto Glass. They do free estimates on site. Just call 704-480-1885 for Carolina Auto Glass. Located at 408 South Post Road in Shelby. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, where you get safety and satisfaction. Online at carolinautoglass.net and see their page at whatsupshopper.com. Before you head to the big game, head to the Creekside Seafood and Steak for the big meal. Try one of their many winning meals. Home-cooked meals along with fish, steak, and chicken, and big juicy sandwiches. Try their fish plate with perch, flounder, catfish, whiting, shrimp, and more, all cooked to order. Plus big juicy steaks and prime rib, and plenty of wings for the big game. The Creekside Seafood and Steak, 1025 Kaiser Street off Highway 74 East in Shelby. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. Sunday lunch, 11 to 2:30. Like them on Facebook too.
Get more bang for your buck this fall with Buck Days at James River Equipment. Buy any new John Deere 1 through 4 Series tractor with a loader and you'll receive your choice of a rear blade or a set of pallet forks for only $1. So whether you're leveling your driveway or doing some heavy lifting, James River can help you save big bucks. Visit jamesriverequipment.com/buckdays to learn more. Offer ends 11/30/23. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. James River delivers.
We want you to remember how we treat our veterans every single day of the year. Honor them for the service they have provided to help keep us free. This veteran salute is from everyone at Cecil M. Burton Funeral Home and Crematory on the Cherryville Road in Shelby. We need to make sure our veterans have the care they need and the benefits they've earned. It's all about serving all of us for our freedom. This veteran salute is brought to you by Cecil M. Burton Funeral Home and Crematory, 106 Cherryville Road in Shelby. online at CecilMBurtonFuneralHome.com. Like them on Facebook too.
Carolina Auto Glass wants to take this time to thank you for your hard work. We wish you a happy Veterans Day. We want to thank all the veterans that have fought for our country and what you have done for us. You have risked your lives for the freedom of our country, and all the people of America can live in a safe and better world. This Veterans Salute is sponsored by Carolina Auto Glass, 408 South Post Road in Shelby, online at carolinaautoglass.net. Like them on Facebook too.
Clay Barnett Funeral Home in Shelby gives you 5 reasons to choose aquamation over cremation. Aquamation is a gentle, dignified process. It is a flameless process that uses 95% water instead of fire. 20% more ash remains are returned to the family. It is a green process with no emissions or harmful greenhouse gases. And aquamation prices start at $19.95. Consider aquamation, exclusively offered by Clay Barnett Funeral Home. Online at claybarnett.com for locations at 303 Pfeiffer Road in Kings Mountain and 1401 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
Hoyle Plumbing of Shelby salutes our soldiers everywhere who bravely bear our country's cause. Honor also to the citizen who cares for our veterans as they serve the best they can. One flag, one land, one heart, one hand, one nation evermore. Our patriotic heart beats red, white, and blue. The special Veterans Salute is brought to you by Hoyle Plumbing, 1661 South Lafayette Street, Highway 18 south of Shelby, online at HoylePlumbing.com.
And welcome back to the Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby pregame show with Kevin, Dennis, and Shannon. As Kevin runs into the room.
JP, have you got everything covered in there?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's back to us then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, Kevin's here. He'll take charge.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby pregame show, brought to you by Witherspoon Insurance of Shelby. Wayne Witherspoon and the gang over there. You need to.
Where's that camera at?
Which camera at?
That one. The high angle.
Above the TV.
At a high angle.
Oh, okay.
at a high angle there, Shannon.
I like that.
If you're listening on the radio, in the radio land, we do the show live from in the studios on YouTube. But I do want to mention that our sponsor is on 125 North Lafayette Street, 704-480-9595. Give them a call, of course, today, and head over to WitherspoonInsurance.com. All right, ready to predict some games, Shannon?
Yeah, can we put a West Lincoln helmet where that Panther helmet is? Or?
A what helmet?
West Lincoln helmet. You got one?
We're not broadcasting West Lincoln, not.
Oh, okay.
Those are teams that we broadcast.
I got you.
Tonight. So we got North Lincoln and Burns and Kings Mountain and Crest. Then we got the Panthers this weekend and Tar Heels this weekend.
Panthers don't play this weekend. They played last night.
Right. We broadcast.
No, they had a game last night. They just didn't play.
Yeah, we also got the Charlotte. We got the Charlotte Hornets out there. That's Dale Curry and Lance Stevenson and Kelly Trapuka and Muggsy Bogues out there hanging out.
I used to have season tickets back when they played at the new old Coliseum. Yeah. Man, that was some good times. And
they had sellouts. You remember that? They set the record.
I had people calling me all the time wanting to buy my tickets. Yeah. And then it got to where you couldn't give them away.
I went to a game. Rex Chapman hit a game-winning 3. You thought the world was getting ready to explode. That place
I saw.
That guy's a nut. All right.
Anyway,
let's go over. Let's do some predictions. We'll start in the 1A. How about the Swain County Maroon Devils tonight? The number 9 seed will be over in Bessemer City tonight. You folks listening on 92.9 and FM, you definitely. Some Bessemer City fans out there. You guys got it's second round matchup tonight. The Maroon Devils come to town, 9 versus 8 seed. Shannon, what you got?
That's a pretty good game. Swain comes in averaging 30, giving up 10. They got a big running back named Josh Collins. He's averaging 165 yards per game. Bessemer City rolls in round 2, averaging 33, giving up 23. Their running back is Anthony Smith. He's averaging 128. He has 15 touchdowns on the season, so there'll be a lot of pound and ground tonight in this game. And I know Bessemer City community is excited. And I'm picking them to win in a close ball game at home. I got Bessemer City 27, Swain 24.
Well, Kevin, being a Bessemer City alumnus, I hate to break your heart, but Swain County is 10-1. Bessemer City 6-5. Although that conference is tough for a 1A team, Swain County is favored by 29 tonight. So, Shannon, I think I'll go with Swain County on that one.
29 points.
Hey, I just read them.
Their name's the Rowdy Rebel Bulls. We're about to smoke
That's why
them.
they're rowdy.
We're about to smoke them out of town. Now, here's some highlights for the folks watching online. This is the Yellow Jackets and South Stand. Oh, that was South Stand last night. Now we got the Maroon Devils. All right, yeah, we ran the Rowdy Rebel Bulls out of town. Nice little reverse here. Going the other way for the Yellow Jackets. Touchdown. So, big win last week, and that puts them here in the second round of the 1A playoffs. Back and forth game last week, Shannon. So we'll see how they do. Like Dennis said, 29-point favorite Swain County must be a pretty good Maroon Devil team to be favored by that much on the road in the second round of the playoffs.
Well, Shannon and I can both testify. Anytime you're fighting the devil, it's a tough road.
Danny's maroon.
Yeah.
All right, let's go over to the next one. How about now the winner of that game, folks, will face will go to Robbinsville. Now Starmount. Speaking of road favorites, are they favored in this one, Dennis? I think they might be. Just off the top of my head, they're going to Mountain Heritage Cougars tonight.
Well, Starmount's 10-1, and our good old buddy up there, Greg Lloyd, is coaching Starmount, and they've had a tremendous turnaround in their program over there until they go up to number 5, Mountain Heritage tonight. Mountain Heritage is 9-2, and they're favored by 7 points tonight. So, Greg, I hope you boys can pull out the victory tonight.
Mountain Heritage is favored?
Mountain Heritage is favored by 7 tonight.
Huh.
They're a 5 seed. Starmount's a 12 seed.
And they're both averaging about the same amount. Starmount's averaging 43, giving up 16. Mountain Heritage averaging 38, giving up 18. But I'm picking Starmount, Dennis, by 21.
Yep. They've got Greg Lloyd, and I think Greg will pull this one out for the folks at Starmount tonight.
That is a weird one for me on that one. I just got to, I don't know. Because we know how these seeds work. Starmount, if regulars, I think in the RPIs, weren't they like 3 or 4 or 5 or something like that?
Well, these are figured, Kevin, somewhat like your formula for the top 10 teams or whatever.
Mine's way better than that.
You've got a better formula, but what they do is they give 2 points to the home team to start with, and then they go to this percentage, and it's like a logarithm.
Well, Mountain Heritage won the conference. Starmount came up. Mount Airy beat Starmount won their conference.
Yeah,
that's why.
And we'll get to that when we talk about Mount Airy. Yeah. Okay.
So the winner of that game, guys, will play the winner of North Rowan Cavaliers hosting the Corvion Community Cardinal. Shannon, what you got on that one?
It was a big win last week for Corvion, but they're averaging 30, giving up 23. North Rowan's averaging 32, giving up 20. But they're close there. But Corvion, their season ends tonight. North Rowan's going to have more speed, more talent on the field, and I got them winning big, 56-14.
Well, you got Corvion, a 20 seed, North Rowan, a 4 seed. Corvion's 6-5, but North Rowan is 9-2, and North Rowan is favored by 18. Shannon, so just pick a score and add 18.
Yeah.
All right. So that's that side of the bracket. West side. There's Robbinsville with the 1 seed on that side. Over the other side of the 1A, we got Hayesville headed to Eastern Randolph tonight. The Yellow Jackets and the Wildcats, Shannon.
Well, not much about Hayesville, averaging 28, giving up 15. Eastern Randolph, they're scoring 49 a game, giving up 10. They got a quarterback, Carter Revel, who's averaging 198 yards per game. Eastern Randolph at home will be tough and win this one easily, 49-14.
Well, Hayesville's a 14 seed. Their record is 7-4. Eastern Randolph's a 3 seed, so they must be pretty good. And their record's 10-1, Shannon. And they're at home, and they're favored by 24 points tonight. So we'll go with Eastern Randolph in that game.
All righty. The winner of that matchup will be face the Bulldogs, like we talked earlier, Thomasville and Albemarle. All right, Mr. Shannon, what you got on this one?
Thomasville comes in averaging 35, getting up 11. They come from a tough conference. They have Salisbury and North Rowan in that conference. Albemarle scoring 25, giving up 14. They got quarterback Ander Artis, averaging 159 yards a game. Traditionally, this would be a tough ball game, but I think Thomasville, again, one of those 8-3 versus 6-5. I think Thomasville wins this one easily by 3 scores. I got them winning 31-14.
You must be clairvoyant. Thomasville was an 11 seed. Albemarle was a 6 seed. Thomasville was 8-3. Albemarle was 6-5. I don't know how they got to be a 6 seed unless the competition is a lot tougher. But Thomasville is favored by 19, Shannon.
Yeah. Albemarle won the conference. That's why.
There you go.
That's what it was.
Must not have been a good conference.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. And finally, that side of the bracket, there's two more 1A schools. We got Murphy Bulldogs at the Bishop McGinnis Villains tonight.
This is just like the game before it. Some see this game as close, but I don't think it's going to be close at all. Murphy comes in averaging 32, giving up 23. They are led by running back Hunter Staukup. He's averaging 138 yards per game. Bishop McGinnis comes in averaging 27, giving up 23 as well. The stats are close and things like that, but Murphy's probably played a little bit stiffer competition, and Murphy just knows how to win in the playoffs, and I got them winning 35-13.
Well, you're a pretty smart fella there, Shannon. Murphy's a number 10 seed. Bishop McGinnis is a number 7 seed. You'd think that's a possibility for an upset. Murphy's 8-3 record. Bishop McGinnis is only 6-5. But here's the kicker: Murphy's favored by 27 points.
Yeah.
All right. The winner of that game will play Mitchell. The 15 seed Mountaineers go to Mount Airy Granite Bears. Guys, what you got?
So Mitchell comes in averaging 30, giving up 18. They're led by Caleb Cook and Chase Duncan, quarterback and running back. Mount Airy, Dennis, comes in averaging 56, only giving up 2 points per game. They're led by running back Tyler Mason and linebacker Ian Gallimore, who's also, I think, their quarterback as well. Mitchell has had a great year, but they're going to start basketball Monday morning or Monday afternoon, whatever. Mount Airy 49, Mitchell 0.
If this were any other team, I would favor Mitchell because they're a tough competition. They're number 15 seed playing number 2 Mount Airy. Mitchell's 9-2, but Mount Airy's 11-0, and Mount Airy's favored by 37.
Yeah, I figured it'd be a lot on that one. All right, JP, you ready to take a break? When we come back, we're going to talk 2A football predictions here on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Currently from the KTC Broadcasting Studios, it's
Trusted, tried, and true. Those 3 words represent the highest standards for the Kawasaki Mule side-by-side. Trusted means being built strong and built to last. Tried means being put to the test by hardworking people doing the toughest jobs. True means staying authentic to the roots that run 30 years deep. Kawasaki Mule, the definition of trusted, tried, and true. See the Kawasaki Mule today at Full Throttle Power Sports, 101 Indian Walk in Lowell.
The Falston Pharmacy knows that spending time with America's veterans is always inspiring. Without heroes, we're all plain people and don't know how far we can go. This nation will remain the land of the free only so long as it is the home of the brave. This memorial salute from everyone at the Falston Pharmacy, 5011 Falston Road, Highway 18 North in Falston. Online at falstonrx.com. Call 704-538-3021.
To our veterans, we owe you our independence. Thank you for your timeless service to help keep us free. This Veteran Salute is brought to you by the Campers Inn on Highway 161 South in Kings Mountain. We remember with gratitude our brave men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation. We salute our veterans. This salute is from everyone at the Campers Inn off Highway 161 South at I-85 in Kings Mountain.
Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC in Lincoln says today is the day we should reminisce for those who fought valiantly for our pride, honor, and freedom of our country. Our veterans accepted a responsibility to defend America and uphold our values when duty called. This veteran salute is from everyone at Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC, 1445 East Main Street in Lincoln. Online at abernathychevrolet.com. Phone 704-735-0401. Get ready for fall and winter driving with a stop in at Butler's Tire and Auto Service in Kings Mountain. Right now, brand new name brand tires are at cost with installation package. Come in for all the details. They've got the best tire prices around. Come get your free quote on your new set of tires. Plus, Butler's Tire and Auto Service does all types of automotive service, from an oil change to a tune-up to an inspection. See Butler's Tire and Auto Service, 404 East King Street, right across from KFC in Kings Mountain.
The Bobcats are running wild at Tri-City Outdoor Power Equipment in Forest City. Come get yours today. Now at Tri-City Outdoor Power Equipment, you can get 0% APR financing on Bobcat tractors for 84 months. Again, 0% APR financing on Bobcat tractors for 84 months. See the lineup today of Bobcat tractors and mowers at Tri-City Outdoor Power Equipment, 221 Daniel Road, Forest City.
And we're back on the Witherspoon Insurance and Shelby pregame show with Kevin, Dennis, and Shannon.
All right, welcome back to the pregame show, and here's my high horse, whatever you call it, of the week. Dennis, is we've talked about this before, the situation at AC Reynolds. Some schools welcome you to broadcast, and some schools do not. AC Reynolds does not.
Let her rip, Tater Chip.
They don't. It was last time Kings Mountain went up there. We were doing the game on video, and the athletic director called and begged the state to not allow us to come up there at all. And me and him went back and forth, and in the conversation turned into, he said, I don't want you guys coming up here at all. And I don't, he said, I just don't, he said, I really don't want to have to help you at all, really. And I said, well, really don't got a choice. It's the state of North Carolina. And in the playoffs, they own the rights to the broadcast, folks. So they determine on who gets to do the broadcast. And then we're obviously an approved company, and one of the only ones that do it, actually. And so I told him, I said, well, we're coming to do the broadcast, and the state approves it, and so there's nothing you can really do about it, and other than just let us come up there. And he goes, you know what? He goes, I don't want you up here. And he said, I don't have to like it. And he said, and I also don't even have to help you. He said, I'll let you in the gate, but I don't have to help you do anything. That's the words he said to me, Dennis. I don't have to help you do anything.
And he didn't.
Well, he did. When I got up there, he said, we found a spot for you in the press box. So we get up there, Dennis. Now, for the folks on the internet, they can see the press box. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 windows in their press box. That press box is also a double road press box, Dennis. So we get up there, and he puts us on the second row, which is fine. The whole night, nobody else was on the second row. We were the only people on that row. There was nobody else that was on that row. And he told us there was nobody over there. Now, let me show you another picture, and I'm going to show you where he said he didn't think the Kings Mountain fans would come to the game, Shannon, because we were broadcasting it. And I said, well, I don't think you know anything about Cleveland County football. They'll be up there here in a little bit, I promise you. Yeah. And I'm going to show you another nice photo on the interweb here. And this is the visitor side, okay, of AC Reynolds. So do you see the building over here is the baseball press box, and there's stairs here and there's stands here. The Kings Mountain fans came so many, they filled up the whole side of the stadium and the baseball stands.
Wow.
I'll see a picture of the press box. Right quick.
There you go.
The big green machine.
The big green machine, RL Dalton Stadium. But yeah, there's the double road press box there. So what they do, these two windows over here is the home team room, and so the Kings Mountain team will be over here in this room, and then everything else in the middle is just regular press stuff. So anyway, so what I'm getting at tonight, folks, is between that and this, they told us that we can't be in the press box, that they're sitting us over on the visitor side somewhere. Well, we get up there just now, and they say, we have nowhere for you to sit. They don't have power for us, or no table, no nothing for us. So Paul is trying to get up there and find a spot here for the broadcast, but we're doing our best, Shannon, and sometimes you just don't need to go someplace you're not welcome. But the thing I would recommend for the local teams that play AC Reynolds, Shelby, and Crest, and Kings Mountain, how about you treating them like they treat us and everyone else around them? Because they treat us awful. So you could either defend us or not, but I know you won't. But it's just ridiculous how the people at AC Reynolds act towards us and everyone else who comes up there. So, guys, I would put it this way. If your team's playing at AC Reynolds, don't go up there and spend a dime with them, and don't buy the tickets. Don't spend hot dogs. Eat somewhere down the road. If you're going to the game, do not spend a dime with them, because that's the only thing they want up there is your money, and they're total jerks about it every time we go up there. So I'm laying into them.
Well,
Every
their
time
whole-
it's AC Reynolds. Every single time.
Yeah, their whole thing. Buddy just sent a message that they use that NHFS networks. So their own folks have to pay. So that's
Right. We're
what
just
they're
trying to do
making.
radio. This ain't even a
Yeah,
video
this ain't
broadcast.
video, this is
We're just trying to do a
radio.
radio broadcast.
Yeah,
That's the best,
they're
even
all-
the bad part about it. We're not trying to do the video.
Well, Asheville's different anyway, so I wouldn't spend a dime in Asheville for nothing, except at Moose Cafe. They're pretty good, but that's beside
You
the
don't
point.
go down to the Orange Peel.
I don't even go. No, sir. I don't even know what that is, Dennis. So I'm just going.
You don't want to go there. There's a. Never mind. We
Well,
won't even go into
Yeah,
that.
that's just a. It's just
Some
a,
things need to be said and called out sometimes. I know nobody's listening. I'm on my soapbox, but it's just
right.
ridiculous how you're not open to.
But you
to,
think
to,
the
to-
state would back you up as
They
much
do.
as you as KTC contributes
they
to
do.
high school sports in North Carolina? You'd think they'd have your back.
the ads will call the state and ask if they can. There was one this week that a local team called the state and asked if they could keep us from broadcasting the game. I'm not going to name any schools, but we've only had 7 games this week, and we broadcasted one yesterday. You can put 2 and 2 together on who it was, Dennis and Shannon, if you want to. So that's all I have to say about that for the folks listening on the radio. They don't want us there. They don't want us broadcasting. So you folks, when you call us and say, "Hey guys, why don't you broadcast this game? Why don't you do that? We've got Crest fans. Why don't you do that?" Well, we don't have any. We'd love some sponsors to do that. Crest won't allow us in the regular season, but we'd love to do it in the postseason. Get a few sponsors this way, we might do a Crest game in the postseason. But Crest and Shelby do not want us to do video at their schools. Kings Mountain does not want, because they have their own thing. All 4 used to allow us a few years ago, and then they all had a meeting and then barred it. So we thank Burns for everything they do and allowing us to do the games up there, and then also in Lincoln County as well. And over at Bessemer City, Trevor doesn't allow us to do it either over personal reasons from their AD. So that's how that goes. So if you want to know why, you can call me and ask me. I'll talk to anybody about it and tell the truth about it to anybody why we don't do this or don't do that, and not have the stupid little rumors or ADs just sitting there. Well, we're going to sell some hot dogs tonight from Kings Mountain, so y'all can't come do the broadcast. Bull crap. So anyway,
if you're going to go to the
AC
game,
Reynolds
you're going to go to the game. You know, it's. I see. I get what you're saying.
Hey, let's do some predictions in the 2A. You ready?
Let her rip.
Nah, so we talk about that more. I'm in the mood talking about stuff like that. Now.
Shannon's looking for a fight.
Shannon wants some dirt on. It's just
No.
At some point you got to say it, or nobody will know. Well, we get. Why don't you do the game? Well, they won't let us. Call the school, not me. West Lincoln at Monroe Rebels. Now they're pretty undefeated at home, Shannon, but they got to go on the road to Monroe, who's really tough at home. I've been there a couple of times, and the best part about the trip was eating at Quincy's after the game.
Absolutely. I used to live down there. Absolutely. Right there in the corner. All right, but Dennis, this is a nice second round matchup game. West comes in averaging 36. They're giving up 18. Quarterback Gideon Allen, running backs Jalen Winnix. He's over 1,300 yards rushing this year. And Caden Smith, he's over 700 yards rushing this year. That's their big 3 in the backfield. Monroe's led by quarterback Keegan Chambers. He's averaging 134 yards in the air, but he's also their main weapon when running the football. So as he goes, Monroe goes, but he's really good. Jordan Young, their playmaker at receiver, he has over 700 yards receiving. On the year, they're averaging 49, giving up 10. Now, I like what West Lincoln's done. I mentioned him a while ago over the past few years, but when they get to the playoffs, they start facing teams with tremendous speed, and that's where they struggle. But West, if they move the ball, and I think they will, West Lincoln can run the football. If anything else, they can do that. I think if they can just stay, their best defense, Dennis, will be their offense. And that's an old cliche, but that's the truth tonight.
Yeah.
But I don't think they'll be able to do it. And I got Monroe winning. I got it 42-17. It may not be that bad, but I think Monroe pulls away late.
Well, I wish Terry Reinhardt and the West Lincoln Rebels the best. And we talked about it before we went on the air. I think the key for West Lincoln is ball control.
Mm-hmm.
If they can grind it out, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, keep the ball out of Monroe's hand. Monroe likes to play fast. And I'm wondering if they can keep Monroe on the sidelines offensively, that they get frustrated and start making mistakes, interceptions, fumbles, things of that nature.
Right.
I think West Lincoln is number 12 seed. Monroe's number 5 seed. West Lincoln's 9-2. Played some tough competition. We talked about this Lincoln County, Cleveland County kind of thing. Monroe is 10-1. Monroe is favored by 26 points. I'm hoping and I'm predicting the West Lincoln Rebels will be victorious tonight because they will play smarter football than Monroe will, and they'll be patient, and they will win. Now, if they get behind, go ahead and warm up the bus and come on home. You don't have to wait. Go buy, what was it you said, Quincy's over there. And
some yeast rolls.
Yeah, grab you some yeast rolls and head on home.
There's a Quincy's on one side, hot now on the other.
Well, the key for the Rebels, I think, and it is for the playoffs going forward tonight, if they do win, is do not turn the ball over. That's been their killer this year. I personally believe, and we'll see how that goes going forward. The winner of that game will get the winner of Burns and Bunker Hill. Dennis, what you got on that?
Ben Mooney has set the passing record for quarterbacks in Cleveland County. He's been playing, it seems like, for ages. I think I'm kidding, he's a 50-year starter, but he's got a long history of leading Burns football to a tremendous amount of victories. Burns is 13 seed. Bunker Hill is a number 4 seed. Burns has had a very good year. They played some tough competition. I'm trying to think who those 3 losses were to. I know one was to Crest, one was to Shelby. Shannon, you remember who the other one was?
Not offhand. Kings Mountain.
Kings Mountain.
Yeah.
That's tough competition right there.
Yeah.
Bunker Hill is 11-0. And they make a great stew, by the way. Bunker Hill's favored by 10 points. Ben, I hope you boys can pull it out. I like liver mush better than I like beef stew. I won't be surprised if Bunker Hill wins, but I'm pulling for Burns in this one, and a very, very close one, 3 points for Burns.
We actually got 2 people listening. Bradley Willis going to – no, I'm talking about going to this game. They sent me a message.
Well, I'm glad to know our listenership doubled.
Yeah. So Bradley Willis, he tells me that I'm not going to say what he says about the game, but I don't want to get him in trouble. But anyway, he's listening, and then Cody Dorsey's listening. He's a big Burns guy. Willis is a Crest guy. But the thing is, Cody knows about the orange peel. And I just looked it up, and it looks like they have poetry reading. So that tells me all I need to know about the orange peel. Anyway, Bulldogs coming to this game.
You like the doorman up there. I'll tell you about him later.
No way. I don't know. Burns comes to this game averaging 48 points a game, giving up 21. They're led by quarterback. You mentioned Ben Mooney. He's averaging over 200 yards. Jeremiah Norris is going to be the big key tonight. He's averaging over 100 yards for Burns. Bunker Hill, you mentioned Dennis, are 11-0, averaging 45, giving up 14. They've got a quarterback, Reddick Robinson, who's averaging 163 yards a game. And they have a good running back in Jason Willis Jr. That's where they do their damage, 180 yards per game for that young man. Many people look at the records and think this is going to be Bunker Hill's game. But again, you mentioned it before, those 3 losses, that strength of competition that Burns has played before the preseason, and then playing Shelby that last game of the conference season, that does help them, win or lose, that does help them. The atmosphere will be electric up there, and I think Burns goes up there and kicks the door in, and I think the Bulldogs bring home a victory, 35-21.
All right, and their coaching will be divine.
The coaching will be divine. Yep, that's true.
Well, while y'all talk about the other one, I'm showing some highlights of Bunker Hill against East Rutherford last week and the big win there. So next up is North Stanley Comets at the Brevard Blue Devils, Dennis.
Well, you got number 9 North Stanley. They were 8-3, and number 8 Brevard was 9-2. Now, just based on the numbers and stats alone, this is a real close, tough matchup. You always get that in the middle of the seedings. But Brevard is favored by 15 points. How do you get 15-point favored? I guess it's the competition that you've played to get there. And Brevard seems to be tested, and they have a little better record. Brevard is favored by 15 points. I don't know that game will be a 15-point advantage, but they're playing at Brevard. And, I mean, any town that has white squirrels got to be tough.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, North Stanley comes in averaging 30, giving up 20. But you mentioned Brevard averaging 37, giving up 15. Brevard has a quarterback, Ben Kissinger. He's averaging 118 yards per game. It's really all I know about. And North Stanley, have no clue anything about them. But I like Brevard at home. I think it'll be a close game. I don't think they'll win by 15. I got them winning 34-28.
All right, Forest Hills goes to Randleman tonight. The Yellow Jackets and the Tigers, Dennis.
Well, Forest Hills is an 11 seed. Randleman's a 6 seed. Forest Hills is 10-1. Randleman's 10-1. This is where the rubber meets the road. Forest Hills, maybe better competition than Randleman. Forest Hills is favored by 2. Take your pick here. Randleman has a home field advantage. That's worth 2 points. So this is an even game as far as I'm concerned, Shannon.
Yeah, I think this is the best game in the state for any classification. Forest Hills comes in averaging 35. They're allowing 11 points a game. Quarterback Brady Hibbers averaging right at 200 yards a game. They have a running back Jordan Bennett that's averaging, I think, 90 yards a game. Randleman comes in averaging 38, giving up just 9 points per game. Their quarterback is same way. Kirkpatrick for them, 194 yards per game, and Hernandez, the running back, just at 80 yards per game. So they're very even across the board. I like Randleman at home just for the simple fact of playing at home.
Yeah.
And they're 10-1. Forest Hills may have played a stronger team because they played Monroe, and then down in that Union County area, that's in the eastern side of Mecklenburg County. That's a tough area to play football. But Randleman's probably played those Green Stars teams, you know.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm shooting the dice for. I got Randleman winning by 1, 28-27.
All right. Let's see. One last one real quick. East Surrey at Community School Davidson. Quick predictions because we got a phone caller coming in.
I got East Surrey 24, Community School Davidson 21.
What?
Well,
14 beating a 3 seed?
Yes.
Yeah,
Community School
okay.
Davidson. Come on.
East Surrey is 14, and their record's 8-3. Community School of Davidson's 3. If we go back to your reasoning, and their record is 10-1, your reasoning of who you played, Community School and Davidson should win this one, but East Surrey's favored by 8 on that one. I'm going to go with Community School of Davidson in an upset tonight since they're playing at home. That 2 points that we give the home team, that's what they're going to win by.
All right, I believe we have a phone caller on the phone.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? This is Will Boykins.
What's up, Will?
And I heard y'all discussing that the BULL Go Bulldogs.
Just remember, Will, anything you say can and will be held against you in the post-game show.
I would just like to say, on the subject of the Burns Bulldogs and the Bunker Hill Bears. Are they Bears? What are they? Nobody even know what Bunker Hill is.
They're the Bears.
They're the Bears?
Yeah, they're the Bears, sir.
I don't think Bunker Hill has seen anybody quite like what they're going to get tonight. Them boys from Lundale they hit hard, they hit fast, and they run the ball pretty good, but they throw the ball pretty good too. And I just don't think the boys from Bunker Hill have seen a complete team as Burns is. It's complete on both sides of the ball, defense and offense. Is going to be able to withstand how hard they're going to get hit, how fast they're going to get punched in the nose. I don't think they've seen anybody like that. So I'm going to take the Bulldogs. I just had to call in to say that, so when I get there later on tonight, the game is be over, and y'all say, Will told us. I don't even think it's going to be close.
Well,
Shannon
agreed with you, and I picked the Burns Bulldogs too, so I guess unless Chip comes in here and Steve comes in here, we're all in agreement. Burns is going to win tonight. Let's see how it roll the dice, and we'll see what comes up.
What about the doggone Yellow Jackets?
You talking about
the fifth team from Cleveland County that's playing tonight?
That's right. They about to open up a whooping on some Maroon Devils. Is what they about to do. At least
Maroon Devils. I was waiting for you to say it. The Maroon Devils.
Well, at the worst, we're not. Well, at the worst, we will not be the worst dressed people in the building tonight. I'll tell you that.
I promise you definitely won't be the worst dressed team on the field.
It'll be the Maroon Devils. All right, Will, we got to go. We got 3A predictions to get through here before the end of the show. We're going to see you at for the post-game show here in just a little bit, correct?
Oh, that's a good-looking picture, Will. You look
guys
sharp.
have a great day, doing a great job. Enjoy
All
it.
right, thank you, Will. Will didn't. I guess JP's got to get in and take him off the thing before it starts going dee 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 dee.
Oh, that's a good-looking picture of Will there.
Oh,
thank you, Calvin.
What is that?
Do what?
That line. So what is that, Velvet? I don't know what. I think Coming to America.
Yeah, it's from Coming to America. You talking about Will's
Argyle
sweater,
whatever vest.
I don't know, Will, you don't know it, but I pulled up a Facebook picture of your Argyle sweater while you were talking there for a minute, so the folks at home knew exactly what you looked like and how pretty you were. But we do got to get through these 3A. Statesville at Crest tonight. What you got on that one, guy? Dennis?
Well, you want to do this in Dennis?
Go ahead.
All right, well, back in the day, when these two teams locked horns, it was a battle for sure. Statesville comes in averaging 30, giving up 19, and no stats are online for Statesville at all. Crest comes in averaging 50 points a game. They're giving up 18 points a game. We all know about quarterback Natavius Husky, and he has 270 yards. That's what he's averaging per game. He has a slew of receivers: Javari Green, Malachi Addison, A.J. Adams, and a good running back in Aiden Carson.
That's fair to say.
But and also Quayshawn Tate. But the real weapons, I think they're going to have somebody on Green. Everybody's going to concentrate on him, and that's where kids like Addison and Adams come into play, and especially on special teams. Every week it seems like Crest returns a kick or returns a punt back for a touchdown, and that is just a huge weapon that that other teams do not have.
And two of the kids we hadn't talked about just got offered from Appalachian, and they're only sophomores, Kevin.
They just play defense.
Yeah,
that's Pettis and Pluto. So yeah, those guys right there, and they're just and one of them got Missouri. Again, I think Crest wins this one by a landslide. I think it won't be any. I think it will not be close. 56-10 over the Greyhounds.
Well, Statesville's a 16 seed. Their record is 8-3. Crest is the number one seed, and when I say number one, I'm talking about the entire playoffs at home until you go to the state championship. They're 11-0. Everybody knows that. You've pointed out what all they've got. The record, though, favors Statesville. The overall record, Statesville 2 wins, Crest 1 win. Now, those Statesville wins were back in somewhere in the early 80s, maybe against John Taylor. I'm not sure where they were back then. Might have been Max Beam. Who knows? But they haven't seen this Crest team. And they played them last year, and Crest beat them last year in the playoffs. But they're running their mouth about how good they are this year compared to last year, and they know what to do with Crest. And, Shannon, I agree with you. They're fixing to get a you-know-what stomping that they ain't seen in the last year, because it's going to be worse this year than it was last year. You want a score? I'll give you a score. It's going to be 60-14, Crest.
All right, High Brighton at West Charlotte. Dennis, what you got on that?
All right, High Brighton, 6-5, number 9 seed, number 8 Charlotte. That should tell you it's going to be a close game. High Brighton 6-5, West Charlotte's 8-3. They're favoring West Charlotte by 33. West Charlotte's offense is a little suspect. No difference to Kings Mountain, but a lot of people compare the West Charlotte offense to Kings Mountain. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. But they're favored by 33 points. High Brighton plays some turf ball. It's going to be a lot closer than 33 points, Shannon. West Charlotte's at home. They may win, but it'll be the last win they get this year.
I don't think it's going to be a good game at all. High Brighton's giving up 32 points per game. West Charlotte's going to beat the brakes off them 56-6 over High Brighton.
Northwest Cabarrus Trojans at the Robinson Bulldogs, Dennis.
Well, Northwest Cabarrus is a 12 seed. Robinson's a 5 seed. Northwest Cabarrus is 10-1. How's that for a 12 seed. They're 10-1. Robinson, though, is 11-0. They're playing at home. Robinson's favored by 6. You were talking about the best game in the state. This may well be it right here.
Yeah.
Northwest Cabarrus at J.M. Robinson. Robinson favored by 6. Could be an upset. Robinson's at home. I'm going with Robinson.
Yeah.
And a win by 4.
Well, back on October 19th, Robinson defeated Northwest Cabarrus 21-13. They played at Robinson. So Robinson finished first in that conference. Northwest Cabarrus was second. When Northwest Cabarrus comes in averaging 41, giving up 8, Robinson averaging 44, giving up 7. This is going to be a great ball game, and rematches are always fun. I think this will be a different outcome, and it should be a great ball game. Northwest Cabarrus 21, Robinson 20.
Ooh, that's close.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Dudley hosts Central Davidson tonight.
I got this game's over now. Central Davidson, they're averaging 25, giving up 28. Dudley's averaging 55, just giving up 11 points a game. Dudley rolls 63-6 in this one.
Well, let's just say Dudley's favored by 40, so pick whatever score you want, Shannon.
Yeah, 63-6.
All right. East Lincoln, the defending state champions, on the road to West Henderson. Got to go up the mountains tonight to win. Road Dogs defending their title. Dennis, what you got?
East Lincoln, number 19 seed, is 8-3. West Henderson is a number 3 seed. They're 11-0. They didn't get to be 11-0 because they're not good. West Lincoln's favored by 18. East Lincoln, enjoy the ride home.
East Lincoln, enjoy the ride. You say who's going to win?
Oh, Henderson. West Henderson.
Oh, okay.
East Lincoln's going to enjoy the ride home because they know Monday they can start basketball practice.
Oh, okay. Well, East Lincoln's, I think they're looking up there to pull the upset, obviously, but Dennis, it all depends on which team gets off the bus. Is it going to be the one that can, the one we've seen the past few weeks, or will it be the one that's, no offense, is Highland Techish? They just don't even show up. But East Lincoln is averaging 36, giving up 18. Quarterback Grant Lawless. And running back Chris Daly. Daly, who's struggled this year, but he was their main weapon last year, so you know he can do it. But the West Henderson, they're averaging 45. They're giving up 10 points per game. Their quarterback Cade Young is led by him and running back Carson Dimsdale, who's averaging 173 yards per game. If this is like anything last year, like it was when West Henderson when they play Kings Mountain, I went to that playoff game, and I'm gonna tell you right now, Kings Mountain speed, just the speed itself. West Henderson played timid. They played scared, and they just fell apart. And I think that's what's going to happen tonight. I think kids like Daly's going to go up there, and he's going to run wild on West Henderson. He's going to go up there, and other players, the receivers East Lincoln has, are going to be able to outmatch the defenders that West Henderson has. And I think East Lincoln wins big, 35-18.
Wow.
Over the West Henderson Falcons.
Go ahead and stick your neck out there, Shannon.
Absolutely. All right, so the next game, Pisgah. Dennis.
Oak Grove, yeah.
Oak Grove. Pisgah's averaging 32, giving up 15. Oak Grove is averaging 42 while giving up 13. The Oak Grove has not really been any close games this year. So my question, Dennis, is can they handle pressure when the score is close going into the fourth quarter especially?
Yeah.
Maybe they can, but you don't know. But Pisgah is going to be relentless. I don't care how bad they are. I don't care how good they are. That's going to be a tough ball team. And they're going to be I guess it may be from where they're from or what they've been through in their life. I don't know. But I'm going to go with Pisgah in this one for the upset, 28-24.
Well, Pisgah's ranked number 11. They're 9-2 record in a tough conference.
Yeah.
Oak Grove is number 6. They're 10-1. Oak Grove is favored by 19. I don't believe it, Shannon. I think the Pisgah Bears are getting ready. They're not wanting to go in hibernation quite yet. They're going to be like the mama bear defending its cub tonight. And I'm predicting an upset tonight for Pisgah, and it's going to run something like 28-24 Pisgah.
Yep. Okay. Kings Mountain. We mentioned about where they're going up to AC Reynolds in Asheville. And Dennis, games like this are why it's important to win your conference. Both teams play on turf. So that will not be a factor. Kings Mountain is averaging 35, giving up just 11 points a game. Quarterback Landon Zolo and running backs Josiah Hill and Robert Kendrick. Kendrick and Hill is going to be the main weapons tonight for Kings Mountain. As they go, Kings Mountain is going to go. If it has to rely on Zolo, Kings Mountain may be in trouble. AC's averaging 37, giving up 12. They have a quarterback, Hayden Craig. That's who they're led by. I think the Mounties, I think they have to play error-free football, and they're going to have to rely on, as I mentioned, Hill and Kendrick to win this game. If they can do that, they'll win it. But if they have to rely on the passing game, they may be in trouble. But I'm optimistic and think they're going to do well. Kings Mountain 28, AC 24.
My question is Max Guest playing for AC Reynolds?
Not this week, next week.
He's their best player, and in a scrimmage preseason over at Kings Mountain, he was injured, and he hasn't played all year. So even if he came back, he wouldn't be in shape, you know.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have his legs or his lungs or all that stuff we're talking about. Kings Mountain has played very good ball, and they are number 10 seed at 10-1. AC Reynolds is number 7 at 8-3, so they've been vulnerable. Reynolds is favored at home by 2 points. I just don't like Reynolds, even though they're green and gold. Sorry about that, but I'm going to go with the black and gold of Kings Mountain tonight. It's going to be a close game because when you play up at AC Reynolds, some funny things happen on the field. We won't go into that, but long story short, Kings Mountain victorious tonight. It will be 24-21 Kings Mountain.
And shoulda, woulda, coulda. I know people say this. Shelby should have beat them this year, what everybody's saying. That 8-3 record could be 7-4, but we'll just leave it at that. North Lincoln will be going to Hickory to take on the Red Tornadoes. North Lincoln started off slow this year, but have put together a great run. They were averaging 35, giving up 15. Main weapon is running back Shannon Wingate. He's averaging over 115 yards per game. Now, Hickory, they're firing on all cylinders. They're averaging 46, giving up 19. Their quarterback, Brady Stober, he's averaging 231 yards per game. And Dennis, Hickory will present matchup problems for North Lincoln. And I think that's what's going to do the Knights in. I think Hickory wins this one 35-14, and I would not be surprised if it's worse than that.
Well, I'll be honest with you. The first of the year, I didn't really believe in Hickory based on their past record. North Lincoln didn't play well the first of the year, but they've raised their record to 8-2. Hickory is 11-0, though. They beat East Lincoln. They beat everybody that they've played, obviously, and they're playoff ready, but they're not playoff experienced. But Hickory will win this game tonight in a closer matchup with North Lincoln. They played earlier this year in a conference-type game. Hickory is favored by 12. I'm going to cut that in half and say Hickory by 6.
All right. So that's for the 1A, 2A, and 3As of the bracket. If you want to talk any of these 4As, Dennis, or do you want to talk something else about
I can give you 4As too.
Okay. All right. Well, let's do 4As. There's one game I do want to mention is Mount Tabor traveling over to Mooresville.
Okay.
And what I got on them, Mount Tabor's is averaging 31, giving up 20. They've got quarterback and running back averaging over 100 yards per game. Mooresville is averaging 36, giving up 12. And they're playing at Mooresville. And I'm going to tell you right now, Mount Tabor is tough. That's my upset in the 4A. Mount Tabor wins it 41-20 over Mooresville.
Well, Crest has had a long history with Mount Tabor, and they are tough as nails. They're a number 19 seed. Mooresville's a number 3 seed. Mount Tabor's 7-4. Mooresville's 11-0. Who have they played and who have they beat and this, that, and the other? Mooresville's favored by 11. I think this game is going to be much closer. This is going to be, in my opinion, a 1-touchdown or a 3-point game.
Yeah. Okay. So,
and it will be Mount Tabor.
Mount Tabor. Yeah, Mount Tabor's always tough. They do play tough for sure. So another game here you want to talk about, Dennis, in the 4As? Any of them?
Yeah, I'll give you all these right quick. You got Chambers over at Weddington tonight. Chambers is a 16 seed. They've had a not good for them year, 8-3. Weddington's number 1 seed, 9-2, which is not good for them. But Weddington's favored by 10 points tonight. Okay, I'm picking Weddington in that one. Sorry, Chris Hawk, an old Charger who's coaching over at Chambers, but Weddington is going to win tonight. And here is an old head scratcher for all Kings Mountain and Crest fans. Charlotte Catholic, a number 24 seed. Who would have heard? Their record is 8-3, and they're playing at number 8 TC Roberson, which is 9-2. But Catholic's favored by 4 points. If you haven't ever played Charlotte Catholic, they're very precision oriented, very tough defensively and offensively. I'm going with Charlotte Catholic, and that will bring up a Catholic Weddington matchup, which is always a very tough game for next week. Porter Ridge, number 12 seed, 9-2, is playing at number 5 Huff, which is 10-1. Huff is favored by 17. I figure Huff's going to win this one somewhere around 38-28. Sun Valley, which is number 13, 8-3 record, at number 4 Grimsley out of Greensboro, 11-0. That's a very good record. Sun Valley, we know, have had some great players in the past. I think there was a young man that's playing for the Commanders now who used to be a quarterback down at Sun Valley. But Grimsley is 11-0, and they're favored by 35 points. So you just figure your score accordingly. I think Grimsley will win that one. Mount Tabor at Mooresville. Hey, you talk about some tough teams right here. We said that Mount Tabor may very well pull this one out, even though Mooresville's favored. West Forsyth at Butler. Butler's favored by 12 in this one. Go with Butler to win that one. And Tommy Knott's is not at Independence. They're 23rd seed. And East Forsyth is a 7 seed. Independence is 8-3. East Forsyth's 10-1. East is favored by 10. Upset tonight. Independence beats East Forsyth. They'll beat them 34-28. Mallard Creek and Watauga. Mallard Creek's number 18. They're 7-4, and they're at number 2 Watauga. Did you check the temperature outside, Shannon?
It's getting colder.
It's getting cold.
Yeah.
And playing at Watauga in the cold, we used to be in the same conference as them. That is a tough row to hoe. And Watauga is 11-0. But Mallard Creek's favored by 10. Watauga wins tonight by 10 points.
10 points over Mallard Creek. Mallard Creek does play in a harder conference than Watauga. Yep. Watauga's conference is not the best, but recent memory that shows just teams around here that, the weaker conference doesn't always mean you're the weaker team.
It all takes one night.
Yeah. You don't have to be great every year. You just got to be great one night. So, or great all season, just great one night. So, yeah, but you mentioned about Independence, former Shelby defensive back coach or linebacker coach. I don't know what he coached at Shelby, but he's a linebacker coach at Independence, Adam Weber. He played on the state championship team for Shelby, I think in 2015, maybe 14 or 15.
Been a while.
He played on two of those teams, maybe 3 of them. That won. I think he played on the guys that won the 4 straight. He was part of that group. So good luck to Adam. He's now down at Independence at the Big I. So I wish him the best.
All right, guys. We were about to send it out to the field. The fields. We got 4 broadcasts tonight. Don't forget, Red Zone Radio comes up here in just a little bit. Burns at Bunker Hill about to start up on the Burns Football Channel on YouTube. You can watch that game live. Bulldogs and Bears. It's going to be fun to watch here. We're going to have that on the Red Zone Channel, featuring that pretty prominently. Statesville and Crest. WHS 101.5 FM, 1398 FM with Rob Roop and Brent Pasco tonight. Highlights by Shannon Allen. You got to go, don't you?
Yeah.
See you, buddy. You got to go. North Lincoln at Hickory. Tonight we'll have highlights of that by Chip Carter, broadcast by Scott Tudor and David Potter. And then here in a minute, they're kicking off now. We've had some connectivity problems at AC Reynolds not being in the press box, if you can believe
really?
that. We've had
Shocking.
We've had to run our own. We're going to backup equipment, run our own drop cords. It's just a comedy of errors up there because the AC Reynolds staff refuses and administration refuses to help at all do a proper broadcast and bring it to you guys. So we'll get them on here shortly, Kings Mountain fans. I promise. Coming up here as soon as we can on 92.9 FM. We're going to play it out here in just a minute as soon as I got JP back in the studios. But remember, Red Zone Radio starts at 7:30. So we're going to take a quick break online. And then when we come, so that'll be 7:30 to 9:45, folks. Red Zone Radio, if you're wondering what that is. We've got reporters at some of the games tonight, 5 games tonight, and they're posting live scoring updates from the field. So, we're gonna in the red zone, we jump back and forth, keep everybody updated on the scores, and then we'll show scoring highlights. We'll show live footage from Burns, live footage from Reynolds tonight. We'll also show the scoring highlights as they come across the board. So, as soon as I see JP reappear, we're going to send it out to some of the fields here in just a minute. I guess I can go ahead and start playing this. But all right, Shannon, everybody have a good night. Shannon, hit the computer button for me if you don't mind. You can turn us off.
First and 10, we in the trenches. You like the water cooler, you be on the benches. Think your team better, but they lack skill. First snap, I leave your backs in the backfield. Your quarterback scared, I see it in his eyes. Sit the receiver in motion, that's just a disguise. My linebackers, they stepping up. Clog a hole, no letting up. Taking on no big blocks. On 4th down, we get big stops. My secondary is balling out. Your offense keeps stalling out. How many yards? Like none at all. Cause special teams don't punt the ball and it's gone. And you never see me fair catch. I get a block and then I'm gone like a Learjet. My helmet on, pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win, we just came to win. Win, we just came to win. Friday night lights. Friday night.
Technical issue we're trying to get straight, and due to where we are in the box, we will not be able to have the scoreboard. We usually have the scoreboard on there, but we won't. We're just not going to be able to do it, and Trent improvised and found a way to get it off there so we can give you more of the screen.
Yeah, limited sight lines up here. Even for us, we're going to have a hard time seeing the entire field from where we're at.
So we're going to try real hard to make sure that we give you the score as often as we can, because we will not have it. We will not have a scoreboard cam tonight. Sorry, Kevin. It's just a logistical impossibility tonight. But we are about 7 minutes away from a Jam J's Pizza Factory kickoff, and we need some Whitetail Properties players to watch. So let's go offense and defense. I'll start off by going offense. I think Jeremiah Norris is going to be critical for the success of the Bulldogs tonight. I think he needs to have another huge game as he did last week to take the pressure off Mooney so he can heal up some more. And, you know, if Mooney doesn't have to run the ball, I mean, he's been a threat to run the ball all year. Recent weeks hasn't been able to do it. I mean, he's just been banged up. So if Jeremiah can get the running game going, take that pressure off him, it's going to make it a lot easier for the Bulldogs tonight. So that's our Whitetail Properties player to watch for offense. Who you got for defense, man?
I got to go Marsh McGowan, the leader of our defense. I think he's first or second leading tackler. He does everything. You know, he can play about any position on the field, it seems like, on defense. And so he's going to have another good game. I expect nothing less of that from Marshall. He's a high-spirited, high-motor guy, so he's going to be revved up for a game like this. So he's going to be important for us tonight.
Yeah, been talking to him all week as he goes by in the hallway and say, Marshall, you guys ready? He says, yeah, we are ready tonight to take on this undefeated Bears team. So Marshall McGowan, your Whitetail Properties player to watch. You're seeing there the Bunker Hill Band. Uniforms must be in the wash, so they're in their street clothes, but we've got our captains coming up. And what we'll do, excuse me, we'll keep it here. We'll keep it here through the coin toss, and then we'll take a break, and then it'll be about time for our Jam J's Pizza Factory player to watch, trying to see who our captains are. And
Then we got Caleb Bird. I think Ben is out there. No? Yeah, Ben Mooney,
Caleb Bird,
Jeremiah Norris, and I think Carl Surratt.
All right, just hard to see those yellow numbers. The Burns Bulldogs will be wearing their baby blue helmets, white jerseys with gold and blue trim, gold pants, and white socks. Bunker Hill looks like black. What color are their numbers there, Matt?
Black or red, maybe.
Yeah, I think they're black and red, yeah. So they got the black pants, black shirts. What's that?
You're acting the wrong guy there.
Yeah, I know. I can't see those
I think
colors.
it looks like some kind of shade of red.
Yep. So red helmets as well. So the referee showing the coin toss is kind of funny. They got the heads wrapped up. It was 84 degrees yesterday, record high. And today was kind of a dreary day. Burns wins the toss. And let's see what they elect to do. I think they deferred. Let's see. No, Burns won the toss, will receive, and they will move right to left when we get back. So we'll have Jam J's Pizza Factory kickoff real shortly. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Bill Schubert Heating and Air pregame show, and as always, Burns football brought to you by West End Sale.
It's time to get your letter jacket for Christmas from Bradley's in Shelby. They have letter jackets for all schools. Show your team spirit with a new letter jacket from Bradley's. Since 1990, Bradley's has been a top supplier of custom screen printing, embroidery, team uniforms, and athletic apparel, plus political signs and banners too. That's Bradley's, 2522 West Dixon Boulevard, Highway 74 west of Shelby. Online at bradleyinc.com. Call 704-484-2077. Shelby's CarQuest Parts Store is Shelby Auto Plus CarQuest, locally owned and operated. See Charles and Beth Cabanas, Lathan Queen, and Lisa McKinney for all of your auto parts needs. And Shelby Auto Plus CarQuest is your hydraulic hose headquarters. Also fittings to custom-made hoses. They want to help you with all of your automotive parts needs. Shelby Auto Plus CarQuest, 409 North Washington Street in Shelby. Give them a call today at 704-482-2468, your CarQuest Auto Parts Store. Your used car superstore is at Renato Auto Mall in Shelby. Darren and Aqua Yerby are happy to be a part of this community, and they welcome you to drop by for your automotive needs. Certified pre-owned Kia and Honda vehicles start as low as $49.95. Many financing plans are available, even if you've had a bump in the road with your credit. Come talk with them today. Senior Manager Darren Yerby and his wife Aqua at Renato Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard, Highway 74 Bypass East in Shelby, right below the Cleveland Mall. Online at RenatoAutomall.com. Trusted, tried, and true. Those three words represent the highest standards for the Kawasaki Mule side-by-side. Trusted means being built strong and built to last. Tried means being put to the test by hardworking people doing the toughest jobs. True means staying authentic to the roots that run 30 years deep. Kawasaki Mule, the definition of trusted, tried, and true. See the Kawasaki Mule today at Full Throttle Power Sports, 101 Indian Walk in Lowell.
All right, Jammin' Jay's Pizza Factory kickoff coming up. Thank you for listening to the Bill Schubert Heating and Air pregame show. As always, Burns Football brought to you by West End Sales. Number 37, Soto. Going to get his foot into the ball and
So we
start
got
the playoff game.
Norris, Granborwick, and Surratt back in for Burns. I tell you what, this is an electric atmosphere out here tonight, Tom. I pulled in here to this stadium at 6 o'clock, and this parking lot was full. The stadium was packed.
It is
already
packed.
at 6 o'clock. So, big time atmosphere here tonight.
Well, a pretty good crowd here from Burns. And the Bunker Hill side is filled up as well. And Soto waits. Looks like he's just going to pop it up. And that's what he does. And Marshall McGowan, fair catch, so Burns will start their own 29, their own 30-yard line. First down and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, not a bad starting field position here for Ben Mooney and this Bulldog offense.
So out come the Bulldogs and their offensive unit. Caleb Birds, Kayvon Bonner, and others, Bo Westbrook. Offensive line been doing a good job this year. I mean, 77, I believe that's Gage Bowman in there as well. So
got Johnny Johnson out there as well.
Yeah, hopefully the Hogs up front. So start out single back set, couple H backs, two wide receivers, and that's going to be that's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Bears.
Yeah. Listen, right in the middle, hard count, Ben Mooney. We'll take 5 yards on that.
So it'll be first down and 5 for the Bulldogs from their own 35-yard line. So Mooney again in the shotgun. And again, they've got those twin H-backs, 2 wide receivers, single back set. And Mooney tries to get him to jump off again. And he looks to the sideline now. Norris will shift to the left side of Mooney. I don't know, this looks like a run all the way. Now they got the double H-back over there to the right side, and it's going to be Norris who is going to be trapped behind the line of scrimmage for a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, nothing doing first play. Try to run about the middle, I think it's 25, for Bunker Hill, Jalen Willis.
So that's going to be a loss of 3, but since the penalty gave us 5, it'll be second down and 8.
Yeah, Bunker Hill showing some pressure here early on defense.
Looked like he tried to put his foot in the ground and cut it back and lost his footing.
Got a little bit of rain up here today, so probably not too much. Field should be in pretty decent condition, though.
So second down, 8. Again, similar formation with the double H back over there, and it's going to be play action thrown out a flat. Johnson, 35, tries to make a man miss. He'll be escorted out of bounds at the 39. So that's going to move it up from the 32 to the 39. Good gain, not 7 yards.
Yeah, we're going to be about a yard shy of first down. Good screen pass left. So 3rd and 1 for Burns here on this opening drive.
So 3rd down and 1. I think we got to, looks like we're going to run out of this formation. Still got those 2 H-backs in there. Now they're slid to the left. And it's going to be Norris, to the right. And he's going to be trapped behind the line again. He's going to lose 3, and Burns is going to be forced to punt.
Yeah, hit hard by McGill. Try to hit it to the left side. Let's see what Burns does. Mooney's going off the field, so I expect him to punt here.
Well, that's tough. You know, you had a guy who had 300. Run twice, and he's lost 5 yards on 2 carries.
You know, I said it looked like the field was in decent shape, but Norris had a little trouble there. Looks like he slipped a little bit on that play, too, so I'm not sure how much of a factor the field conditions are.
So Burns unable to get the run game going, and it's a 3 and out.
Right over the middle.
Good
That's
pass,
number 1
good
of
catch.
Gash. declined that penalty.
Yeah.
I mean, they accepted that penalty. They gave them third and 16, and look, bam, Kings Mountain hits down the field there. So I'm wondering if they're second guessing taking that penalty now.
I tell you what, we know the Mountaineers could strike quick on the snap of the ball. It was a handoff to Joshua Hill. However, we have got another Nissan of Shelby penalty flag. The offense of Kings Mountain jumped the gun. They were offsides.
Yeah, I knew it had to be something like that. It was called too early in the play clock there. So 1st and 15 now coming up for Kings Mountain, and that's a big penalty. In a game of short yardage like this, I mean, every yard counts, and making those little mistakes like that could wind up costing you a score. Hopefully it does not cost Kings Mountain. They can put it across the end zone, the first score of the game.
Glad you're tuned in tonight to WCSL.
Ball now on the 24-yard line of AC Reynolds.
Caden Zolo, of course, running the offense. Here's a handoff, trying to get away from everybody, making move after move, busting away tackle after tackle. And he goes from inside up the middle between the hash marks to the sideline of Kings Mountain where he is driven out. And all of a sudden, Jaden Gash is making things happen for the Mountaineers.
Unfortunately, down on the field, some yellow laundry laying down there, Paul. And that will be a penalty flag, and it will go against the Mountaineers. A huge call in this game there. AC Reynolds will step that penalty, and that'll be first. And looks like
Jackson bookkeeping, touchdown. Chargers take the lead 6-0.
And that didn't take long, Rob, for the Chargers to get that opening kickoff and go right down the field. 1 minute off the clock.
Unbelievable.
And that's I believe that was a 2-yard run by Carson?
It was, 2-yard run. So I believe that's going to bring Greer in to attempt the extra point here for the Chargers. Of course, all those PATs brought to you by Settle Heating and Air. Kick is up. Kick is good. So on the No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard of Cherville, 7-0 Crest lead. You're listening to high school football on WOHS.
Hear about how good the barbecue is in Lexington, Greensboro, and in eastern North Carolina. But here in Cleveland County, we all know that the best barbecue is here. At Austin Bridges Barbecue, Kent and Linda Bridges and their family make sure the staple
tonight, by the way.
Yeah, 12-yard pass completion there for Kings Mountain. So it was second and 13 now for the Mountaineers. Just a pass out there in the flat, able to receiver fell down there and it was down right there. So, but that was a good gain on first down there for Kings Mountain. After he's backed up 1st and 25. Now only 2nd and 13. Let's see if they can pick up the first down.
Yeah, well thrown ball by Zolo because there was a defender in front of the receiver. Back to the run and nowhere to go here. A good job as they've stopped Joshua Hill. Hill has done such a great job this season. He's going to be around for 2 more seasons at Kings Mountain, and he's not going to be far from 1,000 yards most likely when this game is over tonight, win or lose. We hope they're going to advance to the 3rd round. That time, though, he lost some yards, and JB, with 7:30 to go until halftime, it'll be 3rd and 14, no score for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, it feels like a big moment in this game coming up on the 3rd down attempt for Kings Mountain.
Zolo getting some blocking. Now he's going to have to run. They're coming after him, and he will be pushed out of bounds. Finally, he's not going to be able to get to the first down marker, and it looks like to me that he is going to go out.
About 4th and 8 coming up, 4th and 7 looks like maybe. Yeah, coming up for Kings Mountain. On the far side of the field there, down the other end we're not at there. It is 4th and 8 coming up for the Mountain. I'm sure they're going to go for it right here. They know they need points to win this game. It feels like a touchdown this game. Good, maybe one touchdown wins this game the way both of these defenses have played so far in this game.
They're at the 16-yard line on 4th and 7. Zolo, he's going to go to the far corner of the end zone in tight coverage. Incomplete. And I don't believe there's going to be a penalty flag, so this will turn over on downs and give the ball to the Rockets.
Yeah, pretty good defense by AC Reynolds right there. He had a man out there, but the throw was just a little late, and the defensive back was able to get over there, turn around, they will put his hands up there. Therefore, the penalty flag was not called on a play from the referee there, and that's where the Rockets will take over about the 15-yard line.
Jaden Gash, number 1, the junior wide receiver, was the intended receiver. Now with just over 7 minutes to go until the half, the ball will go back into the hands of the Rockets. We wondered if this might be one of those games where points were hard to come by, and so far that's been the case. But JB, Kings Mountain has had a couple of opportunities in the red zone, and it just hadn't worked out. Back to work go the Rockets. Here's a quick pass slant and overthrowing the intended receiver. That time, the intended receiver was Jeremiah Hill. The throw, of course, coming from their
intention there. So it is first down and 10 as the Bears on the move, as they've had 3 chunk plays on this drive: an 18-yard pass, a 20-yard run, 16-yard pass, high snap, unhandled. Willis powering, give him 4, be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, right up the middle, Marshall McGowan. I think Parrott does well for the tackle. Bring up 2nd and 6 on the field.
That's the 9th play of this drive, and they have already churned out 3 first downs. 2 of them were on 3rd and long. So Bears moving inside the red zone. 3 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. So Willis in the gun again, claps the hands, has it, play action, throws it out in the flat. Got a little room if he can get there, but stringing it out. Goodson and some others were there. And it's going to be a positive play, gain of about 4. I think it's going to be 3rd down and short.
That's great pursuit. I can't tell who that was. Goodson or somebody else. Hard to see on that long side of the field. A good job getting over there and getting him out of bounds to prevent him from turning that corner there.
So it's 3rd down. And Bunker Hill 2 for 2 on 3rd down so far. Double wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And it's a little wildcat. I think that's Willis with the ball, and he'll power his way to about the 8. Give him 3, and that is the 4th Boston Pharmacy first down of this drive.
Yeah, saw that on film a little bit. They had a couple long touchdown runs this year in Wildcat. Wouldn't be surprised to see that more often tonight.
So a great drive by the Bears, their first opportunity.
They're trying to keep the tempo up and trying to run fast here.
So it's going to be Willis again in the Wildcat, 1st and goal from the 8. He's got it, tries the left side, and he'll walk into the end zone for a numbers bookkeeping touchdown. And just like that, it's 6-0 Bunker Hill.
Yeah, that's Willis, took it right up in the Wildcat formation. 6-0 Bunker Hill. First quarter, 5 minutes, 53 seconds left.
So that's 12 plays on that drive, and it took 4:30 off the clock. And it went 72 yards. Neal and Cole extra point, bad snap, handled, kicked up, and good. We'll be right back.
Addison now deep for the Chargers.
And a pretty good rush as Mitchell about got it, but it's a pretty good kick. It bounces once, bounces twice. Javarius Green's going to let it roll. He needs to get out of the way.
Yeah,
and it rolls all the way to the 5-yard line of Crest.
So a long field ahead of Crest now as the ball's down at the 5-yard line. Natavius Husky will bring his offense back out onto the field with a 7-0 lead on the No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard. 8:29 to go here in the first quarter. Crest scored in 1 minute the last time they had the football.
Husky says that's just more yards for our offense to get
let's pad a little numbers here on this drive. So once again, they'll line up in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Aiden Carson in the backfield again, I believe. He'll shift him over to his other side. His running back. Husky takes the snap, going to run a speed option. Chris tries to turn it upfield. Maybe. Did he get back to the line of scrimmage? Let's see. Nope, that's a loss. Going to be at the 2-yard line now. So Chris has got to be careful now coming out of this end zone. So they send 3 receivers to the right side this time, a single receiver here to the left.
Did Husky keep that?
Hands it to Aiden Carson. And Aiden Carson's dropped to the end zone, and that's a state safety for the Greyhounds.
Boy, you don't see that often. Did Husky carry the first? So Husky lost 3, and then Carson loses 2, and that one was close. Carson tried to get that ball out, and the rule is your body can be in the end zone, but if that football, is out of the end zone, it's not a safety. But they called it right away.
Yeah, I thought he'd got the ball out of the end zone, but
his field into Bunker Hill territory. Big time first down play there. Graham Warlick.
So that is the first Falston Pharmacy first down, and if Graham Warlick doesn't make a move there, they probably have him for a loss. So Burns makes their first penetration into Bunker Hill territory. Now they have triple wide receivers left, one to the right, single back sets Norris. So Moody's in the gun again. And he's got the football. He's got time. He pump fakes. He looks. He lets it go. Man is out there. Surratt off his fingertips and incomplete. He nearly hauled that in for a touchdown.
Man, right off his fingertips. Probably would have been a touchdown had he caught it. Man.
Never saw a safety come over to help. That was single coverage. A pretty good coverage. I mean, he was stride for stride, but that's one Surratt would like to haul in as it was on his fingers.
I was going to say, great throw, Ben Mooney. Put it right where he needed to.
So triple wide receivers left, one to the right. And Norris, a single back set, now to Mooney's left. And he's got the snap. Play action, wide open, Johnny Johnson, 30, 25, powers his way to the 19-yard line. Another Falston Pharmacy first down, gain of 24.
Yeah, a little slant across the middle. Johnny Johnson, good recognition there by Ben Mooney. And Burns has put together a pretty good drive here.
Yeah, two chunk plays, a 22-yard pass, a 24-yard pass. All the damage done in the air for the Bulldogs. So it is 7-3 Crest, says Danny, over Statesville. And we're going to have offside against Bunker Hill, so a camper's in penalty. That's the third penalty against Bunker Hill, all the 5-yard variety.
Yeah, we'll take it.
So first down and 5. Burns trying to answer that long Bunker Hill drive, a 12-play drive, included a couple of key third down conversions, but Burns with a couple of big plays on this drive, and now they've got it inside the red zone all the way to the 14-yard line. Double wide receivers left, one to the right. And man comes in motion. I think that's Johnson. And Mooney's got it, throws it out in the flat. They're not on the same page. And it looked like he was going to Wilson, but threw it behind him.
Yeah, he turned the wrong way, a little miscommunication there. I think Ben thought he was turning out.
Yeah. He was running a wheel route, and Mooney thought he was going to stop out there in the flat, and that's why you get the incomplete pass. And second down and 5.
Just tuned it in, 7-0 Bunker Hill, 4 minutes, 36 seconds left on the Wright's Jewelry scoreboard.
So Mooney checks over at the sideline. And now they look like they're going a little power formation. Looks like a wildcat play. It will be Johnson. And they've got him behind the sticks. That did not work. And Johnson's going to lose about 3.
Yeah, 2 or 3 Bunker Hill players there for the tackle.
So Burns has got absolutely nothing on the ground. They've got 3 rushes for -8. Going to have to find something. Going to have to find a way to get the ground game going. And I don't know if they're going to try a Drew Dixon field goal if they don't get it in the end zone here. They are 3rd down and 7. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. And it's 3 wide receivers left, 1 to the right, single back set again. Now he shifts them to the left. And Mooney's got it, and he'll look. He's got time. He rolls out to his right. He's going to try to get the corner, but he's only going to get a couple yards. And well short of the line to gain, and he's got, let's see, 4th down and 6. He only got 1.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Burns go for it. Hadn't really, had too many field goal attempts this year.
I do not see the specialist coming onto the field, so 4th down and 6.
Especially this deep into Bunker Hill territory.
And it's just tough that we haven't got anything going on the ground yet. Hopefully that changes, but double wide receivers left and to the right. Norris goes in motion, so they're going to empty it out. And Mooney looks, corner of the end zone, intercepted. Oh, he dropped it. Doesn't really matter because we're better off if he dropped it. I mean, because now they're only going to put it out to 15, but turnover on downs.
Yeah, I think he was looking at Surratt over in the corner. Pretty well covered by Bunker Hill, and it's turnover on downs for Burns.
So
But look what's on the field there, Paul. So Yellow Laundry came out. Nissan of Shelby penalty flag. We'll see what the call will be there. Is it going to be brought back, or will that play stand? If that play stands, that is a huge play for the Rockets on third down. Get a touchdown. We just talked about it.
You know what? Joshua Hill, Teddy Jeffries have not been able to really tear it up running the football, so they're passing more than anything else. We know that's been their bread and butter, but they're facing a very good pass coverage defense tonight in Reynolds, and that might have been a huge mistake, but we got to wait and see what this penalty flag is. And look here, it is against Reynolds, so the touchdown.
Wow, what a call there. Came from the Kings Mountain sideline. He run through there and threw that penalty flag there. He is getting profusely booed by the Rockets fans there. Came after the score from the Rockets there. Not sure what he saw. I think he saw some type of illegal block there from A.T. Reynolds there. So it'd be first down Reynolds after this penalty flag, but a huge call in the ball game. And that play may have saved Keith Mountain playoff hopes there. Nissan of Shelby penalty flag there.
Yeah.
Just killing both teams right now.
We thought we might finally see a touchdown by the defense, which wouldn't surprise me, but it does not stand. Another penalty. So with 3:08 left to go, Reynolds has still got time, and they now have the ball in Kings Mountain territory, but they did not get a touchdown. Here's a run, breaking through several tacklers, and a good one all the way to the 31-yard line, and that's a big one right there, JB, for the young man by the name of Christian Lewis.
Yeah, that's the first time I think all game long they've actually had some success in that running game there. Kings Mountain has stopped them at the line of scrimmage all night long until that run there by the Reynolds. So now first and 10 coming up for Rockets. Right here driving late in the second quarter.
Quarterback keeper this time, and to the 25-yard line goes Hayden Craig. It'll bring up a big third down.
It looks like they had that wrong there. It looks like it will be second down now for A.C. Reynolds. 2nd and 4 coming up for the Rockets there. Quarterback keeper on the right side there, able to make some people miss to get some positive yardage for the offense. Now 2nd and 4 now for at the rim.
We've just gone under 2 minutes to go until halftime. Running to the outside, busting through for the first down, taking it to the Kings Mountain 15-yard line, and all of a sudden, Jashad McKnight, who was somebody that I didn't read up on, has become a big playmaker out of the backfield for Reynolds.
Well, if he keeps running like that, you'll know him before the end of the night, Paul Foster. So that was a great run on the left-hand side of the field there for Reynolds there. And I don't know what's happened in this game. Kings Mountain's been balling up early, but Reynolds is having a lot of success here late in this second quarter.
So McKnight will get the handoff again, JB. He's making a move, busting through several tacklers up the middle. He's to the 13-yard line, and again, we have got yellow laundry on the field. We've got another Nissan of Shelby penalty flag.
Yes, it looks like it may go against A.C. Reynolds there. It looks like the call from Kings Mountain, it will be on them. Let's see what the official call on the field will be. Here we go. Their officials still conversing there. It would be about a 3-yard gain. However, it looks like there will be some. Looks like it will go against Kings Mountain. Not sure what the call is there.
Yeah.
Did not see an official call there. Face mask against Kings Mountain.
Man,
move the ball. First down now coming up for A.C. Reynolds.
Hayden Craig in the shotgun, the QB for Reynolds. A handoff, busting through and into the end zone for a Reynolds touchdown. They brought in Max Guest, and they blinked the lights on and off after every score. So we're in the dark for 1 second, and the lights are back on the next. JB, do you see a penalty flag anywhere?
I do not see one this time. No yellow Kleenexes on the field there, which is a good thing. There's been a lot so far tonight in this ball game. However, A.C. Reynolds able to put the first score of the ball game right here. Under 2 minutes to play in this second quarter there. I'm not sure what happened there.
That was a Flooring America of Kings Mountain touchdown. And now coming up for the extra point attempt, there's the snap, ball down, and the kick is blocked. Mountaineers still trying to, great job by the Mountaineers to get in there. They have blocked that PAT. No good.
Big play. The snap was high there. Not able to make that kick there, but we mentioned one score might win this game. Can Kings Mountain score a touchdown, win the ball game 7-6? How big a play would that be if that comes to fruition in the second half?
On the No Malarkey, Mr. Sparky scoreboard, it is Reynolds 6, Kings Mountain 0. You're listening to KTCBroadcasting.com. Is your home or business in need of a new roof or gutter? Look no further.
Out there. Tough tackle, just couldn't do it. And now it's first down from the 28-yard line.
Willis has come out the field limping just a little bit.
So double wide receivers left, one to the right. And it's Robinson's in the gun, and number 13 gets a carry, and he gets a couple. Try to check that number for us.
That's Amari Rankin, Marshall McGowan there for the tackle for Brown. Johnny Johnson was over there as well.
Ball carrier was 13.
13, that is Lineberger.
Lineberger, the other featured back. So Lineberger in there. Willis has not come back in the game yet, so hopefully that young man's okay.
Yeah, they got him over on the table, kind of working on his leg a little bit.
Second down and 8, double wide receivers left, one to the right. Lineberger goes in motion, empty set, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper. And Robinson breaks a tackle and but hit hard there at the end, but still, he's probably got a first down. We just talked about a negative yardage on the year, but there's a run for Robinson. Let's see what they mark it down.
He's going to be a little bit short.
1 yard short.
1 yard short. Hit hard on the end of play by Marshall McGowan, as you said. Be a big third down play. We might have a timeout on the field, Tom.
All right, so we'll take it with him. We'll be right back.
Jumpin' Jed's in downtown Boston is getting ready for Christmas. And small.
Good job there by North Lincoln. A little help from a penalty, but hey, that's what you need when you're going to try to upset Hickory here. And they get the ball back. Have a chance to try to tie this game.
So Aaron Doden will go into punt formation, and we've got another flag flying. Wait to see what the call is. It killed the play as soon as they blew the whistle.
Yeah, it's like somebody moved on the outside, so a false start. Punter's Tristan Williams. He better be careful. He kind of slammed the ball there right in front of the official. Official kind of stopped and kind of looked at him.
I imagine he said something like, "Don't do that again."
Yeah.
Give him the benefit of the doubt, but he does it again. So now Tyler Donahue goes back for the Knights into form to receive the punt from Williams. He kicks it high, straight up. North's just going to let it bounce. Gets a good roll. Gets another 11 yards after it bounces on the turf. So it'll be 1st and 10 for North Lincoln at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, I was kind of watching Williams in pregame trying to punt. He catches it, he can hit it, but that one wasn't his best effort. But as you mentioned, got the roll on this nice Hickory AstroTurf, or just turf. They don't call it AstroTurf, I suppose, anymore. But
well, we're old enough to remember AstroTurf down in Houston. So 1st and 10 for the Knights. Man in motion. Hand off up the middle. It's Landon Agee. He's still going. Finally gets pulled down about the 26-yard line. Good hard running on that play.
Like I say, it's amazing. I mean, just comes right in as a freshman. I would imagine he probably started on the JV, and I think Coach Basil kind of mentioned it pregame that he's had to come in and not only run the ball, but play a little cornerback on the defensive side due to some of the injuries they've had throughout the year.
Yeah, what did he say? 1 DB left from what started the season, the ones that started the first game. A lot of people having to be next man up. Hand off. This one's going nowhere. Agee gets the ball and is greeted by, oh my, he is greeted by the Hickory defense. What happened there was the crowd was yelling because they wouldn't let go of the runner when the whistle blew, and the Hickory player turned to the North Lincoln stands and sideline started clapping. Well, that got an unsportsmanlike flag.
Like I say, he basically got away with whatever, and then, but yeah, I don't need to be taunting the crowd or the bench.
And now he's standing out in the middle of the field going, what? What'd I do? So another penalty on Hickory. And this one will be an automatic first down. A Turner Hauser Insurance first down for the Knights. And the ball moves out to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, like I say, tide's turning a little bit here with Hickory. It is. Making penalties. That's right what North Lincoln needs.
Pitch to Donahue, sweeps around the left side, Follows his blocker, gets out across the 40, across the 30, and he goes out of bounds. Now they're going to mark him out of bounds at the 33-yard line. But still, a gain of 21. So another Turner Hauser Insurance first down for the Knights.
Looks like another timeout here by Hickory. That's their second.
And it's both with them playing defense. They did it on defense last time when North Lincoln got down here to this point.
Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to stop momentum, but yeah, right about the same spot. And of course, North Lincoln just continued to do what they were doing and went in and make it, punch it in there for a Wingate touchdown on the last drive. And like I say, the tides are sort of turning here a little bit for North Lincoln.
So they're at the plus 33-yard line of Hickory. Another Turner Hauser Insurance first down. The Knights are racking them up. Hickory not so much because they're just getting so many big plays. If you look at the box score and you just went by first downs, North Lincoln's probably got twice as many already.
Right.
But they're leading. Hickory is leading on the scoreboard 14-7. We've got 2:02 to go in the first quarter. It's been an eventful first quarter already.
Like I said, we mentioned it last in the pregame that the first quarter was 7-7 the last time they met. So if they can punch in here and keep it even, we'll see what happens after. But this is right where North Lincoln wants it.
Agee takes a handoff, goes up the middle, gets to 30-yard line, maybe slightly across it on the fullback dive. So he'll gain 3 on that play. So they've spread the carries out quite a bit. 4 players with 2 carries, Agee with 4. They've been moving the ball quite well. If you're the Hickory defense, who do you key on?
Well, like I say, that's what North Lincoln's doing such a great job of. Sipes making good decisions, good reads. If they didn't have that one turnover, obviously they'd be pretty much in this ball game. But they're doing a great job just spreading it around.
Sipe pitches. It's to Owen Hammond. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Good pursuit by Hickory.
Sipe pitches to number 20, Owen Hammond. He's tackled by Jake Ariza.
So no gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and 7, a little bit longer than might be comfortable for North Lincoln.
Yeah, that time they did a good job just taking away every option, fullback dive, quarterback, and the pitch.
2 wide receivers. Kawan Oates fakes going in motion. Now it's Donahue. Handoff up the middle. Nope, pitches out to Tyler Donahue. He's trying to get around the outside. Had a blocker in front of him, but it was defeated. Only gets down to the 26-yard line, so that'll be 4th and about 3.
Great job there by number 24, Oates, for Hickory. Just shed his blocker, was able to bring Donahue down. If he got around that one, he might have gone all the way to the end zone because there was nothing behind him.
No, he was the last line of defense at that point, literally. So we're down to 12 seconds. I don't think North is going to want to run a play here. They don't have to. The play clock is higher than the game clock. So that'll be the end of the first quarter. On the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, it's Hickory 14, North Lincoln 7. You're listening to the Lincoln County Playoff Game of the Week.
Buyers are able to sleep on it. Yes, the housing market has changed. And most
They're now in their 3rd generation.
First down up to almost to midfield.
So that moves it up to the 47-yard line. So gain of 8, first down 10, Falston Pharmacy first down, and Burns quickly up to the line of scrimmage. So from the 41 to again 6, so not 8, got 6, but still a first down. Now they're up to the 48-yard line. And snap is back, hand off, and I think that Zay Wilson makes a man miss, but it's coming back probably for a hold. He got about 5, but where that flag is 90% of the time, yep, that's a hold, and that'll back up the Bulldogs 10.
Yeah, and they gave a big run there, Xavier Wilson.
And that's tough. And when you're trying to get back into a ball game and now you're way behind the sticks.
Yeah, like I said, not sure personnel. I don't see Kamari out there. Got Kenyon out there, so not sure how his hamstring is, but he's not in on this time.
And Burns just got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And you don't, I mean, it's just like, and Mooney's very upset, as he should be. As now you go from 1st and 20, and I'm not really sure what the discussion is. I hope nobody's going to be ejected.
Yeah, you got to keep you cool out there. Obviously, it's something
He's
verbal.
going over
Something
it.
verbal
That makes me nervous that he's gone over to the coach. And that could be, you curse the official, you're going home, and hopefully that's not the case. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Burns, and you could tell by the official's body language, he's not happy.
Yeah, wasn't pleased with that.
So, real quick, you get the first down, and now you get a 10-yard penalty and a 15-yard penalty, and now you're first down and 35 yards to go. I mean, it's just, it's dumb. It's just dumb.
Yeah, can't have that.
I mean, it's just, you got to keep your cool.
Not sure who, not sure what was said, but we got to hold or dig ourselves up here. First and they call it 35 on the field.
Well, you know he said something because Mooney wasn't yelling at the official. He's yelling at his teammate.
Yeah, yep.
So it is first down, 35 yards to go. So don't try to get it all in one play. So Mooney in the gun. And ball snap is low. He picks it up somehow, gets rid of it out in the flat. Caught. Positive play. Not sure who caught it, but he's up to around the 30-yard line.
I think that's Graham Warlick.
Yeah, Graham Warlick's got it up to the 30.
Great play, Ben Mooney. Low snap, picked it up off the ground. Very easily could have been another negative play. Was able to make something out of it.
So they're going to give him 8. So second down, I'm not making it up, 27 yards to go. So just a tough sequence there if you're Burns. And if you can get about 10, 15 yards here and give yourself a chance on 3rd and long, let's see what happens.
Haven't seen Burns take a shot yet.
Triple wide receivers to the right. Mooney's got it. He's looking. He's still looking. He's got time. Lets it go. Nobody's there. It's incomplete. Not on the same page.
There. Looks like he wanted the out route. Receiver stopped. That'll bring up a long 3rd down, 3rd and 27 for Burns.
So you just made things very tough on yourself.
If you just tuned in, 14-0 Bunker Hill. 9 minutes, 47 seconds left on the Wright Jewelry scoreboard.
So 3rd down, very, very long. 3rd down, 27. Burns going to snap this from their own 30-yard line. And it's 4 wide receivers. And Mooney's in the gun, looks around, and now has the snap. Has a little bit of time, now running out of time, scrambles, extends the play. Let it go, man's out there, and overthrew him. Just a little bit overthrown. Almost a big play, but that's going to be a punting situation for Burns.
Had Kenyon Surratt out there, and I'm going to tell you what, that's a tough throw to make. Right-handed quarterback being flush left. Difficult throws under pressure. But, you know, put it just a touch overthrown, bring up the punting unit for Burns.
Now Burns down 2 touchdowns, forced to punt the football.
That's Johnny Johnson out the front. Got Willis and Ford for, that's McLean for Bunker Hill back deep.
And snap is back, no rush. Good punt, knuckle ball. It's going to get over the returner's head and take a huge bounce. And it's going to roll all the way inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. So give him 23 yards. 53, that's going to be a 55-yard punt.
Excellent job, Johnny Johnson. Tom, we got another penalty flag on the field.
Let's see. Maybe they roughed the kicker.
See what the call is.
If it's holding on Bunker Hill, I think they'll tack it on to the end. Let's see if it's a roughing the kicker. That'd be nice. Holding against Bunker Hill.
Holding the call against Bunker Hill.
So let's see if that's a campers in penalty.
So that'll be applied to the spot, correct?
I think they take it from the end of the kick.
So where the referees are headed that way, so I think you're right.
Yeah. So that's going to back them up. That ball's all the way to 13. Let's see if they back them up to the 6. That's what they'll do.
Yeah, good job, special teams there to flip this field and give them Bunker Hill a long field to work with here. What you want.
So Burns has a good chance to flip the field and get some good field position here if they can stop the Bears, but they've had a couple of touchdowns, one punt.
Split backs in for Bunker Hill.
So it's going to be handoff Willis, and he slips out of a tackle, maybe got a yard.
Yeah, I think Landon Dover, Goodson, both there for the tackles.
Yeah, I gave him about half a yard, second down, and very close to 10 yards. So good start for the Bulldog defense on this drive. 4 down linemen for Burns. And let's see. Bunker Hill's taking their time, and it's 9 minutes and counting, and trying to get some more personnel on the field. Not sure where the play clock is. There it is over there. About 10 on the play clock, and that's got to be a penalty. And hopefully they don't. Yeah, that's going to be another campers in penalty against Bunker Hill. It's going to be basically a 3-yard penalty.
Yeah, half the distance there.
Yeah, but it'll put them behind the sticks, and this is what you want for Burns. Just don't let them out of jail. They marked it off 5. Look at that. They marked it off 5 yards.
Now, could you have declined that one, Tom, and taken the down?
No, because it's a pre-snap penalty. Timeout, Bunker Hill. We'll be right back.
It's Trucks has been in business for over 50 years, serving North and South Carolina. They specialize in.
It's kind of hard to believe we're saying that, Brent, watching Chris play. But right now, nothing much happened on the offensive side of things. As the Greyhounds are ready to punt, it'll be Addison and Green deep.
Yep. Maybe they'll get a big special teams play, too.
There's a flag.
Statesville guy runs on the field kind of as it's being snapped, and the flags come out. It's a fair caught. And Addison had to go to his knees to make that catch.
Let's see if Chris makes him punt it over, if he'll just take it where it's at. Let's see. Yeah, can they take it and can it be added to the return?
Some interesting scores. Forest Hills leads Randleman 14-7. Monroe, West Lincoln tied at 14. Clinton leads Bedingfield 35-0. Burns trails Bunker Hill 14-0. Brevard over North Stanley 14-0 So did they decline it? Or are they going to give it to him?
I think they may give them at the end of the run. I think is what's going to happen. Yep, that's it. Be added to the end of the run.
All right, so a 5-yard penalty on Statesville. That's kind of a nice thing to be able to do is choose when
Absolutely.
You want it.
So let's see if Natavius Husky can get something going with the offense now.
Call it the Crest 38 is the line of scrimmage.
Husky ready in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's going to hand the ball off. That's Aiden Carson. And Aiden Carson's to the 40. He's to the 30. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. Good return, good run there by Aiden Carson.
Sometimes you just need a big play, and they got one there, Rob.
It's a gut punch. That's a 93-yard touchdown.
Yeah, had him backed up. He got loose, had a couple of steps, good throw by the quarterback. Lead receiver McLeave takes it into the house. 21-20 Bunker Hill.
That hurts. And that's the third time on 3rd down and long they've been able to get a conversion there for a touchdown. And that's a numbers bookkeeping touchdown. That one just hurts as McLeave was running free and no safety help over the top.
You know, I saw that on tape. They threw the ball downfield a lot. I knew it was just a matter of time before they did that again tonight.
Soto on for the Nealon Cole extra point. Up and good. We'll be right back. 21-0 on your Rice Jewelry scoreboard.
Sandy's Country Christmas Craft.
Shelby Alarm has been in business for over.
Well,
they moved it
back, didn't they?
So 3rd and 4. So I guess Husky will pick up a 1.
I gave him 2.
Okay. That's right. It was 6, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So 3rd and 4. Husky takes the snap. He keeps it. He gets to the 10. Out to the outside. Let's see where it's spotted.
Boy, it's going to be right.
It's going to be right,
10.
right at the marker. Let's see.
I think they even marked it short of the 10, Rob. I think they marked it at about the 10.5.
So the ball, yeah. So 4th and 1 here for the Chargers. They'll leave the offense out on the field.
I'd call the same play.
Husky with the hard count. Now looks to the sidelines. Play clock down to 13. Takes the snap. Husky's going to pitch it to Aiden Carson.
Well, they sort of called a similar play, but I couldn't tell if Husky just got hit right as he went to pitch it.
That was strange looking.
It looked like he got hit and the ball went loose, but they signaled incomplete pass.
That was, I thought it was a fumble when I first saw it.
I did too.
So that'll make it 1st and 10, Brent, for the Greyhounds.
Wow. Crest needs a little bit more luck at that spot, and it could have been a good spot, Rob, but just didn't look like it for us from our point of view. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Greyhounds, and they're starting at their own 11-yard line. They lead still 10-7 on this Mr. Sparky scoreboard. And Turner's going to hand it off, and pretty good room for Davis. He gets about 4. And that is his 12th run already. So it'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Greyhounds. Ball at the 15-yard line. See if Crest can get a turnover here. And there's Davis again, right side, maybe 2, maybe 3 at the most. I think they gave him 2. I think it's going to be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, 3rd and 4. Johnson in on the tackle on that one.
$21-0 now. Bunker Hill over Burns. So I got to figure there has to be some turnovers or something in there. The good news for Burns faithful is they can score.
They can score in a hurry.
So he can't get too far behind. 3rd and 4, handoff to Davis. He just gets behind those big right guard and just runs right behind him, and they may have got the 1st down. It's going to be close. I think he's got to get to the 21, and I think he's at the 20 and a half. I think he's short by half a yard.
And they're going to bring out the measurement. They're going to bring out the sticks to see. And here's a big question, Rick. You're that far in the territory. Do you risk going for it, or got the 10-7 lead, punt it away? And
He's if you just go by, can my guy get a yard? He's only had one carry that he didn't get at least a yard out of 30. So they're bringing in some beef because they just called a guy off the sidelines that's a pretty large individual, Rob. So, and it may just be one of those things where they say, hey, the only way to beat this Crest team is to keep them
take chances
off the field, and here we go.
Keep plowing ahead.
Turner's back out there, and they're going to go for it. It's 4th and less than a yard. They got the big guys in. They got 2 H-backs in that are side by side on the left side of the line, and Turner fakes the handoff to Davis, calls his own number, and Crest is saying they have the football. Statesville's saying they got a 1st down, and I don't know what to say. He where they're marking it, he's got enough for the 1st down, but does he have the football?
Wow. It's going to be a 1st down for the Greyhounds.
All right, so 2-yard run, I believe. Let's see, 15, 17, 20.
Coach Diamond signaling that in and taking a while. Play clock down to 13, still plenty of time. Norris now shifts to the left. 2 wide receivers. Extra tight end in. It's going to be Norris, right side, trying to get around. Does 35, still on his feet. 30, trying to break free, and he's slung out of bounds at the 19-yard line. Gain of 18 yards and a Falston Pharmacy first down.
We got a penalty flag.
That's probably going to be a hold against. I thought that was a horse collar tag down there.
I thought it was as well.
Let's see. They're going to move it back. And
oh man, tough. Oh man, tough break.
Yeah, you know when you get on the. When you're in the playoffs and you're on the road, you're down 7 when you got off the bus, and that wipes away a nice gain. That's a campers in penalty against Burns of 10 yards, and Burns is back where they've been most of the game, behind the sticks.
Well, as you said, I think they got away with a horse collar on Norris at the end of the play there. So
I thought it was too. You're allowed to grab the jersey, just not high in the shoulder pad. So 2 wide receivers to the left, H back to the right, single back set. Mooney's got it, looks, little bit of time, running out of time, running for his life, throws into the ground, just threw it away, and Wilson, the intended receiver, but the play not there.
Yeah, good job getting rid of that ball. Had 2 or 3 Bears on him right there.
Down marker at third. I thought it was second down, though.
I was thinking the same thing. They got 3rd and 15 on the scoreboard.
No, because it was the 4-yard run, and then the penalty.
Now it's third.
Third down and long again.
Like I say, just tuning in, 21-0 Bunker Hill. Right Story scoreboard, 6 minutes left, second quarter.
Double wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 2 to the right. Wilson now the setback with Mooney. And Mooney's got it, got a little time. Now he's going to roll to his right, let it go.
He's got
overthrows him.
Had Warlick out there.
Incomplete, and it's going to be another punting situation with Burns. Just 4 down and long.
Had a lot of pressure to the right side. Warlick had a couple steps. That was a tough throw to make.
Just a tough go of it, been some penalties, the holding and the personal foul and that penalty, and then the breakdown in the secondary for the 93-yard touchdown. It's just not much going the Bulldogs' way so far. They're going to need a major turnaround to get back in this game. And Johnson back to punt it.
Yeah, pinned them back deep last punt.
And McCleave back to return it. Snap is back, no rush. And it's a knuckleball, good punt, and McCleave calls fair catch at the 9-yard line. So that's where Bunker Hill will take it with 5 minutes and 50 seconds left to go on your right Jewish scoreboard, leading 21-0, and they have the ball.
Yeah, we got to prevent the big play. We can keep them off the scoreboard again. Another touchdown wouldn't be good. You can keep them out of the end zone again. That would be a big plus for Burns.
So, once again, first down 10 for the Bears, up 21-0 on your right Jewelry scoreboard. 5:50 left to go, second quarter.
They hit them with an out route, deep ball last play. Let's see if they go back to that.
So, double wide receivers right, and it's going to be handoff up the middle and stacked up, and Willis not going to get very far. We've seen that a number of times, though. That's kind of been like the body blow to open up the rest of the offense. Is no gain.
That's Parrott, Ethan Guy, a couple other guys there. Tier defense doing pretty good job.
They're going to give him 2. I thought they gave him no gain, but now they're going to give him,
Bo Westbrook there for a tackle as well.
They spotted at the 10. Okay, I thought he fair caught it at the 9. I'm pretty sure that's where he fair caught it, but they're going to give him a 1-yard run there.
Second 9 on the field.
So it's Robinson in the shotgun, 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And Robertson calls the signals, claps the hands, has it, looks, throws, out, and is it caught? No, it is not. Incomplete. So that brings up third down. Here we go again, third down and long, and this has been a tough spot for the Burns Bulldogs tonight, not able to get off the field.
Yeah, that's excellent defense there. That was, I think Landy Goolsby.
Yeah, ball was a little bit underthrown as the receiver was coming back for the football, just a little bit underthrown and incomplete.
Yeah, great coverage there, Landy Goolsby.
So third down 9. You see, but nobody's back. Nobody's back. They don't really have a safety back here. It makes me a little bit nervous after what happened last time. Everybody's within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage.
We'll see if Johnny
drops back. They're going to be a timeout, so we'll take it with him. We'll be right back.
Campers Inn RV in Kings Mountain announces their 8th annual Campers Inn RV.
Pass. It was at least 2 or 3 yards forward.
Yeah,
is what it looked like to me. I already had it marked down as an incomplete.
They're saying it was a catch.
Oh, catch and a fumble. All right, so they lose 4 on that play. I don't think that's the right call, but I'm sure North Lincoln's not complaining.
No.
So they ruled a catch and a fumble. Loss of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 14. High snap disrupts the timing, but Stover throws it over the middle. He's got Lee again. He gets around one defender, goes down the right sideline, and is finally run out of bounds. But another big play that wasn't on a very long pass.
No, like I said, that's kind of what we talked about earlier in the pregame, that if they can just get out and get into space, they can make things happen. It's between Little and Lee. That's what they do. They just get that ball, get out into space, make some people miss, and pick up chunk yards.
And that's 3 straight completions to Lee. Gonna have to keep an eye on him. He's out here to the right now with Jamie and Little, so that's quite a duo out there catching passes. Now they go back to Lackey. He goes over the left side, has an opening, skips around one defender, and finally wrapped up and taken out of bounds, but it took 4 nights to do it. That's quite a weapon they've got there.
Yeah. Like I said, we mentioned he's just, his lower body's just, he's got big legs. He can just run through tackles. You said you better get a few players on him, because if not, he's just going to run over, as we saw earlier in the game, over here on the sideline. So.
And with that carry, Lackey is now over 100 yards for the game. He takes the direct snap in the Wildcat. He goes around the right side, gets inside the 5-yard line, but the flag was thrown right in the place where you think there might have been some holding at the corner.
Yeah, I want to say that's at least their 3rd holding. When they try to get around to the outside, either a receiver or a tackle,